Happy Father's Day.
Happy Father's Day to all the dads out there.
So all those that do what a lot of us don't. Stand up.
And like I said on Mother's Day, happy Father's to those who are fathers biologically, uh, uh, blended family fathers, stepdads, anybody who's a dad to any kids. Happy Father's to everybody.
Yeah, accidentally.
If that's your biological kid or not, but if you still treat him like a father, then happy Father's Day.
You've been with his mama long enough that might as well, that counts too.
Yeah. So what's going on, Jason? How you feeling today?
Feeling good, man. Feeling, a little bit refreshed. I took yesterday off. I had the off day yesterday, but I really literally took it off. I just slept and kind of recharged so I can be here today and be strong. How about yourself?
You're going to need that in September. I know that for sure.
Yeah.
Get as much rest as you can because after September, be a busy man.
And we talked about that too, like doing, how like the guys are in training camp and everything like that.
I'm not talking about that. I'm not talking about
that. No, I know. That's what I'm saying. But like, I'm gonna be doing my training for the baby. You know what I'm saying? Like doing, you know what I'm saying? Like, hey, while they get ready for the season, we get ready for the baby, like training.
Yeah. That's what I'm talking about. The season's gonna be the season where we're gonna have fun with it, but then there's the other thing, the big responsibility, the little one.
I kind of like it too because the time frame is perfect because football time. So in between baby sleeping, I'm gonna have my head in, try to get a video in, and any way I can, or just just try to keep up with highlights and everything like that.
I don't know what we're gonna do with you, man. During September, man, you're gonna be a busy man. So I don't know what we're gonna do.
Yeah, but I gotta be an octopus though. Gotta be able to get it.
Yeah.
Yep. Shout to everybody, man. Too. Shout to Chewy's NFL news and podcast, man. I just first want to say I apologize, guys, for my last few Madden games. I've been a little distracted, but don't trip. I'm gonna lock back in. But yeah, I had two terrible. But technically, I didn't lose the one that if you guys seen that slaughter 30-something to nothing, but his internet went out, so technically I won because I got the W on mine. So, but I had a lot to learn. Had a lot to learn. I'm impatient. I don't stick to my run game when I should. I get really impatient. If I get like a 1-yard run, that's it. I'm going away from the run game for a while. And then, but yeah, I got to get better. I got to be disciplined. I got to focus in. So I apologize for everybody that's been watching because I've been giving you guys terrible examples, and I don't like that. I don't really take my Madden games lightly. I love the game. I play the game for real. But sometimes I can have bad qualities. So, that being said, I will get better. I will be better moving forward. So please keep watching. The games will get better. I promise.
I'm serious. Look, I haven't played Madden since 2016 because the game is so crap that I'm not wasting my money for it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm curious to see how they set this man up this year with all the changes the Raiders did and the players and see their rankings and see what's going on. I'm curious to see that. I'm not going to buy the game. I'm going to watch everybody else play. But I'm going to see how that works out.
I think it would have been easy. All our regime had to do is play Madden, this year's Madden, to figure out where the problem was. Because, you can get it done. I've got it done. But there's times where this offense is a little sus. You know what I'm saying? And it's crazy because Minshew is Minshew. Like, his player on the game is just like his player in real life.
You talking about turnovers to get sacks?
Yeah, it's like it's not consistent. Like you try to lead somebody and then he'll throw it behind them. Like it's just crazy. And I mean, some of it's me too. I'm gonna say some of it's me because I'm the one pushing the buttons. But when I try to be as consistent, because I'll be driving, I'll be flowing, boom, boom, and then all of a sudden one blunder and it's all for nothing. You know what I'm saying? Jeff, my guy.
What's up, Jeff?
Happy Father's, Grandfather's, Great Grandfather's Day.
Yo, bastard.
He said great grandfather.
Come on, Jeff.
No, we appreciate you, man. Is it Hey, that is true though. No pun intended. But there was pun intended.
They're basically, that's what he's right about that.
Sure. Yep. Happy Sunday, man. Happy Father's Day. You know, up stick up for the guys today, man. We don't get enough credit. Moms.
we we get one day a year. The moms get what? Mother's Day, which is a big time celebration. They get Valentine's Day. I don't know why that is. They get a lot of stuff, but moms are moms.
Yeah,
But
moms are super. Like
yeah,
I'm
because
real. Okay, good.
no, because they get Mother's Day in May, and nothing else happened in May but Mother's Day. We get ours. We get Father's Day in June, and we got to combine that with dads and grads. Graduation is important. Don't get me wrong. I believe people graduate even from kindergarten, preschool, all the way up to college. Is a very momentum moment. It's like a great feeling. But then they get throw dads in the mix. Like, come on. Why we get dads and grads? But it is what it is.
Yeah, dads are definitely important. Just much respect, to the ladies too, because through this experience too, like with me and the lady, it's a lot to bear. Like there's no eject button. You know what I'm saying? Like, so much respect to the ladies that bear the children and bring these wonderful Raider children into the world. And but it's a team. It's definitely a team. Like definitely takes two, where we have to be there, for each other, and then just knowing each other. Everyone's not going to be strong all the time. Everyone's not going to be, not so strong all the time. But it's like just being there and just knowing each other, just knowing each other's limits and everything like that, kind of, and just being there is 100%. Most of the battle is just being there, being present. Sorry, guys, 1 second. Yeah, sorry about that. Yeah, so it's a team, man, because like I can't do it without her, and hopefully she can't do it without me, and we could probably do it without each other, but it's always easier us doing it together.
Well, I'm not going to put my business out there, but me, I grew up without a father. So my mother was my pseudo dad, I guess you want to call it. So I appreciate those who have fathers where they're living or had them and they're passing. At least they had that. I didn't have that.
Mhm.
So that's why I take full advantage of being a father to my kids. Because I don't want to grow up like I did. I mean, I didn't grow up bad. I'm not Jeff might call me an idiot if you want to, but
Mhm.
I'm not stupid. I'm not criminal. I didn't do anything bad. I mean, criminally bad where I'm in jail every other month.
Yeah.
Right, but I didn't have that father figure. I think every family should have a father figure in their family, one way or the other, whether they say stepdad or somebody like that, because it does help you grow discipline. Whether you have a daughter or a son, it does help that discipline out because moms are moms. Moms are nurturing and all that stuff, caring. If you get if you're riding your bicycle, you're 10 years old and you 8 years old or whatever, and you fall off your bike and scrape your knee. Your mom's gonna come in there and bandage it up, put the stuff on there and like, oh, you be okay. Dad, on the other hand, would say, rub some dirt on and get back on the bike. So, you know what I'm saying? They instill that toughness and that mental toughness in your head. So that's why I think fathers are important. So those who abandon their kids, please don't do that. Stay in the
Yeah.
kid's life, regardless of you and your mate you had a kid with or not getting along. Still, stay in your kid's life because they're gonna need you one way or the other.
Yeah, like even if you don't know what you're doing, you know what I'm saying? Because I know, like, for like a lot of the first time fathers like myself, as Chris talked about, like I was actually that one that was always in trouble, always doing that. But when I had my daughter, it just changed my mentality of like, what was serious. Because to be honest, I didn't care about my life and all that kind of stuff. Like growing up, I was just living life. And when you have a daughter or son, it changes you. Like when you sit there and you hold your child for the first time, and like you're just sitting
It
there,
does.
you know what I'm saying? There's no feeling like it, man. And it just there's a motivation. Even though I was motivated to hustle, but it wasn't a good motivation. But I've learned like my daughter is one of the sweetest people in the world. And like, because of me just kind of, living life and then just kind of being there, not there, but she was always good. Like she never held it against me because she knew, I don't know, she knew me, you know what I'm saying? She knew my intentions and everything that I wanted to do. It's just life was life. But I appreciate her because, she's a strong individual herself. She's triumphed through a lot of different things, and like I just appreciate her just being the soldier that she is. So can't have a father without having the
Salute.
daughter to make that even greater, you know what I'm saying? So
Salute,
shout
Marcus Banks. Welcome to the show. Appreciate that. And if you're a father, happy Father's Day. Yeah, you know, it goes both ways. I mean,
get Jeff. He's sick.
yeah, Jeff,
Jeff,
Jeff probably drink his duck and coffee this morning, so he's probably like, he's delirium.
he said them kids,
It's
no.
slept on these sponges.
Yeah, Marcus knows the struggle in the Madden too, man. Like Marcus has been coaching me through these tough times, but I owe it to the people to be more dedicated and be more locked in. So,
Robert Pena, welcome to the show, brother.
Mr. President, Mr. Pena.
Tell Unc to get a life. I got a life. I don't know what Unc you talking about.
Yeah. Oh, it must be one of them the Charger fans, like one of the six.
I couldn't. Yeah. Well, I count so far as 13. I think they're growing or shrinking. I got the 13 so far. So
Shit, by
let's see if they
2040.
got any bigger.
By 2040, shit, I have about 22.
When the season started, when they first get, it can be like 40, and then when they get butts kicked, they can be like down to 10 again.
Dang. Yeah, no crossover.
So
They'll flip a coin between the Niners and the Raiders. They'll be like, or the Rams, excuse me, the Rams. Sorry about
I don't
that.
like the Niners, but I really can't talk about it because my wife does watch the show. She's a Niner fan, so when we talk bad about the Niners, she said, "Honey, you ready to eat?" I'm like,
Oh yeah,
Well,
yeah,
you're having soup. Like, no, why it smell like pine salt?
yeah. You're like, damn, this is. Yeah.
The soup smell bomb fresh. Why is that?
So, are you using pine cones? Is that what is that?
Pine salt. You ever seen the movie Sixth Sense?
Oh yeah,
Bruce Willis, because that mother was giving the daughter the soup and she put pine salt in it. So I'm like,
cold piece.
so she's like, honey, I'm making soup. So I take all the pine salt and bleach and I hide it. Like sure.
Hmm.
Yeah, so what's the next topic, Mr.
Man, we're gonna get into just how we could take back the AFC West. It's been a long time, but I feel like it's ours to be taken. I know there's doubt and all that stuff because of what we've done the last few years, but I am confident that we are turning this thing around, that this ship is headed in the right direction. So we just want to talk about our biggest foe, besides ourselves, in the AFC West is those Kansas City Chiefs.
Well, this year, this off season, I've been a Red fan for quite some time now.
Mhm.
I haven't felt this way in quite a while. Last season when AP had that great run at the end of the season where we almost made the playoffs, that we couldn't get 3 points or anything against Minnesota, like whatever. I felt I was hyped up, like, yeah, okay, now he's building something. We're building something. Then what happened? Yeah, of course. Well, we all saw what happened. This year, we got a better coach, a better coaching staff, all the way through up the board. I feel not hyped up. You know what I mean? I feel more confident that we are turning around.
Yeah.
I feel like They're getting the right people in there. They're getting the right players in there. Because I don't know. It's kind of hard to describe my feeling. I can't wait for the season to see how we play.
Yeah. So, I went back 10 years just to see kind of what this thing has looked like from the 10 years of the Chiefs Raider rivalry. And it says, based on the information, Chiefs dominance. Since Andy Reid became Chiefs head coach in 2013, Kansas City holds an 18-4 record against the Raiders. From the 2013 season to the end of the 2023 season, the Chiefs had an 18-3 record against the Raiders.
Mm-hmm.
The Chiefs have a recent 2-game winning streak against the Raiders as of November of 24. I think that was towards the end of last season.
Mm-hmm.
The Raiders' successes. Despite the Chiefs' dominance, the Raiders have had some notable wins in the past decade, including a dramatic 24-20 victory in November of 2014. In their most recent meeting, December 25th, which we loved, the Christmas game, the Raiders snapped the Chiefs' 6-game winning streak against them with a 20-14 victory. Key points. The Chiefs have largely dominated the Raiders in their recent matchups. The rivalry remains significant, with both teams vying the AFC West control. Notable players like Patrick Mahomes have contributed to the Chiefs' success. The Raiders' recent victory on Christmas Day could be the sign of a shift in the rivalry. Oh, it is. Oh, it is.
Yeah, well, I don't. The Chiefs just beat the pants off us for years. I mean, even that one game when Carr was playing, where we could have won the game, we were winning at the end. What we didn't have was a defense to stop the Chiefs. We didn't have that. I think I forgot to get scored. We got to look at his back when Carr was here. It was like 30-something, 34, 30. We could have won that.
Where Abrams gave up the touchdown?
Yeah, towards the end.
Yeah,
towards the end. But we still have a defense. I mean, we allow Chiefs to get too many points and to storm down a field like that.
Mm-hmm.
I know if he could take that offense that they ran and play Chiefs now with the defense we have now, we would easily beat them.
Yeah.
So, but like I said, the Raiders either have good offense and no defense, or good defense, no offense. We can't get both combined together. This season, I think they're going to do that. Because all these Chief fans, they celebrate. They're like happy, happy, happy. Yeah. I remember back in the day, the Chiefs were doormats at AFC West. It was always the Raiders, Chargers, or Broncos.
Yeah.
We're like playing Chiefs this week. Okay. They'll always last in the AFC West for a while, for like 5 years. Okay, I'm gonna say this. Me and Jeff talked about the other day. Hero was in the chat, as also known as Piano Man. Hero, please do not spam the chat, because I know you on Jasin's channel. I'm gonna advise you to stop spamming the chat. You're gonna say something good, say it, but don't keep typing. If you got moderators on your chat, Jasin, have him moderate that guy, because he's spamming too much.
All right, for sure. Got you.
We don't want. Some people don't mind you in there, but you can't come in and spam our chat. We talked about this.
Let's see. So we got Patrick Mahomes versus the Raiders. Because to be honest, he's been the key piece of this being repetitively bad for us. Just as a playmaker, just is just him figuring out a way until he figures it out. You know what I'm saying? Like just kind of winging it until he figures it out. They had Tyreek Hill for time. So imagine trying to stop him, Kelsey, everything they had going. But yeah, Patrick Mahomes has had a dominant record against the Las Vegas Raiders in his short career. Here are some key stats and points about his performance against the Raiders. Overall record 12-2. Passing yards and touchdowns. In 14 games against the Raiders, he has amassed 4,141 passing yards with 33 touchdowns and 5 interceptions. That's a season's worth. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's a season's total against us. And 14, and in just 14 games.
Well,
not even 17 games. 14 games. He has enough.
When Kermit came into the league and played against the Raiders, our defense was abysmal.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we had no secondary, we had no pass. We had Crosby, but he was the only one on the team to do anything about it.
Mm-hmm.
We had no inside threat, no inside D tackles. Of course, we had Abrams, Arnett. What's the other guy we had? Can't think of his name. But our defense was not good at stopping not only the Chiefs but anybody.
Yeah,
it was getting ran over by everybody. Good thing. The only thing was helping us win some games was that our offense was pretty good then. So you got a lot of those wins and stats and all that stuff back doing when the Raiders were this that was pretty bad.
Yeah. Yeah, that's wild. Yeah, that's his passer rating against the Raiders is 106.4.
Yeah.
It's pretty efficient. But it's like I don't feel like he earns it most of the time. I feel like we give it to him though. Like we give it away. You know what I'm saying? It's not like he always, because there's some he will get himself out of some stuff, but like I say, it'll be bad coverage here or just a slip, because that's what he'll do. All he needs is you to make one mistake, and they will pounce.
Mm-hmm. Well, his threat was the cheetah back in the day because we had no cover cornerbacks. He just run downfield and beat the crap out of us. Mm-hmm. But then if you do that, then you got Kelsey.
Yeah.
Because
and remember, we've been looking to find the Kelsey stopper, and he's about to retire next year. So,
well, you can't say stop him. You got to slow him down.
Mm-hmm.
Because when you've been in the league that long and you one of those guys, you know ways to be a team. Mm-hmm. Okay, fine. It's 3rd down 6. Okay, he gets the 3rd down 6. Now they're on 25-yard on our 25-yard line. Now is the time to stop and slow him down so we can't get a touchdown. Watch him. Because we all know Holmes' favorite target is Kelsey. But then they watch Kelsey so much, they forget about the other players. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? They forget about the Cheetahs or the Worthies or anybody else who was on their team receiving. They forget about those guys. And then they get a touchdown. Because have you noticed the Chiefs wide receiver room always changing year in, year out, is never the same wide receiver room. Each year it changes. Mm-hmm. Only thing stays the same is Kelsey and Mahomes.
Yeah.
They don't have that one receiver that's been there for 5 years, 4 years, or 3 years. They always sign somebody or draft somebody. They keep changing, keep evolving.
Yeah.
That means that
Worthy changes the game for them too, because that's going to be, because they draft a bunch of fast guys and stuff like that, trying to, since Tyreek Hill trying to replace, but this dude I think is going to be dominant. Like Worthy is going to be a problem if he stays healthy. That's something we got to deal with every game.
No, I don't know. We played against him. He shut him down. He didn't get anything.
I was gonna say I think he was the one that got loose because he scored twice on us.
Not the last game, not before.
Oh, you're talking about yeah.
Yeah, they pretty much shut him down. They couldn't get anything going. But he has got loose a few times, but I'm not really concerned about him as much. I'm concerned about the other guys, the other receivers. Because the one thing about Mahomes is if he stand in the pocket too long, he will get hit. His main thing is running to the left, running to the right, and make those I'm gonna call it street football moves. Like you play in a street, backyard football. That's where he thrives at. Broken plays. He got 3 seconds on the ball, but he takes 6. That broken plays where the DBs can't stay with receiver so long. Oh, he's open now. He throw it out there, or underneath pass, or some crazy crap like that. That's where he thrives at. If he can shut that down, keep him in that pocket, put that pass rush out the middle, that pressure out the middle, and keep him from rolling outside. That's what Philadelphia did. They kept him in that pocket and beat him up.
Mm-hmm.
And guess where Philadelphia learned that from? We gave Philadelphia the blueprint how to beat Mahomes, because we should have beat him that last game we played him. Bad coaching decision, but we won't go into that. But like I said, keep him in the middle, pressure up the middle. Keep him from moving around. Then he has nobody to throw to. Blanket the receivers. Keep Kelsey in check. And then you can beat him. Only thing can't see in a lot of games because of his their defense, which he won a lot of games for him. So the Chiefs this year don't scare me as much as they used to. Like, I can't wait to replay the Chiefs.
And I think it was not even like, I think it was more of just how the Chiefs were built as far as, and then like you said earlier, just we didn't have the defense to stop, or we were just kind of lopsided when it came to being balanced. So, but I mean, even with that though, we still were close in these games. You know what I mean? Like the only 2 blowouts I remember are those ones after the ring around the no, not the ring around the Rosie. What was it? When we took the bus ride around the arena, and then the next 2 we got blew back about 40. They put 40 plus on us.
Mm-hmm.
But it's been, because with Mahomes getting kind of injured and beat up, because it reminds me of like how LeBron, remember a couple years ago, he got that ankle injury and he was like, man, I might never be the same after this. And it's always been something like kind of lingering. So like he gets beat up a lot because he does put his body on the line too. So there's a little wear and tear in that, so he's not the healthy Mahomes that he used to be, you know what I'm saying? But he's just a smart, I give it to him. He's a smart player. And he knows how to maneuver around defenses. So,
yeah,
and
I like Marcus Banks' last chat on the thing. Highlight that
for sure.
The last one, not hero. That's
sure.
counter.
Gotcha.
They have slowed down. Jesus, because everybody's starting to figure it out. They're like, okay, we know what they do. They do best. So you got to take some away that they really depend on, which is Kelsey. They depend on him in the red zone and those third downs. Kelsey's slowing down. He's getting beat up.
Mm-hmm.
Plus his girlfriend up there, whatever. But yeah, it's slowing down. The match is not gone yet because people are going to watch tape of the Super Bowl. The defenses are. And I know they watched the tape of the Raiders game, because when I watched the Super Bowl, I saw, wait a minute, the Raiders did the exact same thing when they played them last.
Yeah.
So
a running game is the key, because that's the one thing they were kind of having trouble stopping. I don't know, they're trying to get better now, but it was stopping the run. And as long as we can do that, because with Chris Jones, man, that makes it really tough for us to run the ball against them too. And with these luxury picks that they're able to get, because they already have a good team, so they're just picking up players here and there just to make themselves better. But one thing that is getting better is that line. But that's why I always want us to get bigger on this offensive line, and just so we can establish this run game. But with what we have now, I feel more confident. Like with how we were kind of talking about with McCormick, like that's the only thing health-wise, like who's going to be the healthiest out of him and Zamir? You know what I'm saying? Like who's going to be the most consistent? We know production-wise, we would want Samir. I mean, goodness, Sincere.
Oh, don't say that.
Ooh, sorry, Sincere. We would want Sincere.
Jumping here real quick.
I bet he was like, oh no. I was like, No, but
Yeah,
yeah,
I got to jump in real quick. You
yeah,
said that.
we
Dude, don't
we
do
want, yeah, we want
that.
sincere Mr. McCormick. We want McCormick as number 3, but we need him to stay healthy because we need just that steady dose of bam, Genty, bam, Mostert, McCormick,
Well,
and
we
then
have
when we
the
got
depth chart.
2 touchdowns or more lead, then we'll put in Zamir. Talk about
No,
running, just run
well,
into people.
as it stands right now, Genty's number 1, Moso's number 2, McCormick's number 3, and Jameer White is number 4. And then you got Chris Collins down there on the depth chart. I don't know what he's going to do.
Yeah.
But the thing about McCormick is that he had to stay healthy. He's been on the team now. He's going on his 4th year practice squad.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the moment he got in the game, did well. Not the first game, but he did well. You know, got hurt. See, that's what they're looking at. You can't get hurt.
Yeah.
So we got to see how he plays out. Zamir White, now, like I said, people probably going to hate me when I say this. I think it's going to be, I don't think they're going to cut him or release him. I've been wrong many times before when I say that, but he don't have a key role in his offense. Since
Yeah.
I think we got better blockers up front, because Zamir White is like those horses. You see the horse with the blinders on.
Yeah.
He's one of those kind of guys, straight ahead.
Yeah.
He's going to be using certain formations. He's the 4th string running back now. So what happens to him? He don't have that pressure of being a number 1 running back.
Yeah.
All pressure is on Genty and Mozart. Those are our bell cows. Genty Party will get more runs than Mozart, but there's always a backup to come in his place. The American, okay, we got plays. Chip Kelly gonna have plays set for Zamir White in his running style. He's gonna have like this situation. Your time to get in there. He might get, if lucky, 4 carries a game, 5 carries a game. Which one thing that would do, it was cut down his fumble to carry ratio. Because dude, you can't get in there and fumble every time you carry the ball.
Yeah. He doesn't have that fire. You know what I'm saying? When I see it just looks like he runs the ball, but he doesn't, does he love it? You know what I'm saying? Does he love the action? Does he the mistake? You know what I'm saying? Does he get inspired by things? Because to me, he doesn't look like he's motivated. Like when you feel like people don't believe in you, or you're, you know what I'm saying, where you're just like, oh, well, whatever, man, I'm just here, I'm just gonna do me, but when that type of attitude, because I don't want to bash him, because we need him to be good, because we're only as good as our weakest link, you know what I'm saying, like, if that makes sense. But
Well, if anybody can get anything out of it, it's Pete Carroll. And Pete Carroll see, son, do you want to play this game or not? Because if you don't, you can go sit on the bench or you can go home. So if anybody can get bring the fire up his ass, it'll be Pete Carroll. And we'll see. Like I said, if you look at that press conference, I don't think I've ever seen Zimmer White in a press conference yet. When you look at everybody else, everybody's upbeat, up tempo, upbeat. They're like, yeah. And I haven't seen that in quite some time. Well, I saw when AP took over, but the other team, they're not overexcited, and they're not like, yeah, it's gonna be good next year. You know what I'm saying? They're just talking how they feel. So if Pete Carroll gonna get that motivation out of him coming the season, believe me, he'll be out there. Because of course, you did draft a Genty. So how do you go from number 1 to number 4? That's a big jump.
Yeah. We do need a power back, though. That's the thing. What might keep him on the roster is we don't really have a power back.
He's not that much power.
Yeah.
You see him run?
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
He runs really hard into his lineman.
No, he does. He knocks linemen down all the time.
Man,
yeah, I don't know. I think, like I said, the Pete Carroll bring it out of him, now he will be out there. I don't see him. I McCormick worries me too because he stays injured. You know, I well the first one and two are good. I'm just concerned about the rest. So we do need a third down, a third back for
Yeah,
games like you said. We blowing somebody out. Gingy sit down. Bozak have a seat. You in there? We're
yeah,
up 40-13. So go in there and see what you got.
yeah. Run into somebody. Get in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, that's how I see it. Like I see, because remember when we had DeAndre Washington and all them, like we'd be able to just kind of spread it out and not, kind of just every back did something a little bit different. Like Jalen Richard was like that receiver back; he could do a little bit of both. And
Red Nation, we're talking about how to beat the Queefs and the rest of the AFC West. Right now, we're talking about the running back, how we lost some games because we didn't have a running back. Like that last game we had, we couldn't really run the ball. So we're talking about what we have in place now. But basically, the whole conversation about beating the AFC West and beating the Queefs. So Chiefs, whatever.
yeah, that's why.
Salute to you coming in, brother, Raider Nation. Salute.
Yeah, appreciate everybody coming in, even the outsiders. Appreciate you guys tuning in. I hope you guys get a channel one day too. That way you guys can, tune into those channels too. But
Yeah. But yeah, being the Chiefs, like we were saying, we could have done it a few times. It just wasn't there yet. We're not there yet. I think we're in closer. But being the Chiefs not our only concern. We got to beat the rest of the AFC West. Because Denver had a good offseason. Chargers, I don't know.
Yeah, Chargers
played well in the beginning, and then they start choking. But we'll see.
Yeah, we gave them 2. We gave the Broncos 2, and then we gave the Chiefs 2. So I mean, that's 6 wins right there. And then with what we had, that's a playoff. That's a playoff spot right there. We had to handle our business.
I would say we get a Broncos 1 because we had that game. It could have been 17-3. No, take the mission.
No, but Minshew was helping.
1, and the Chiefs with that missed snap because as soon as they sent the ball and the referees got in a little circle, that's it. The Raiders lost the ball. I knew it was going to happen. Could have had that one. Broncos could have had one. Chargers. That first game was we was up, turned to a crap show at the end.
Oh yeah, the sideways. That was the sideways fumble.
Yeah, he threw back to somebody that wasn't even a ghost. I said, "What are you throwing a ball to?"
That's all we knew. This season was going to be a wash. Well, oh shit, that's how we're doing, huh? The vet. But I mean, to be realistic though, did we really believe in Minshew coming in here? After being a backup everywhere else, you know what I mean? Being a backup everywhere else, his first, chance to start was with the Jags and all that, and after that, he's been a backup.
Matthew, appreciate it.
Yeah, appreciate that, brother.
Zamir was not. No, Zamir was not it. It was not more than a third option. Yeah. But since they made a dumb mistake by letting Josh Jacobs go, they had no choice because they had nobody the rest of their team.
Yeah, that's why I like this regime, because remember we were mad at the regime for not having a plan after DC. They got Geno. They pulled the trigger on Geno. Okay, so after Josh left, we tried the Zamir White project. They got the best. They got the best running back in the draft with Genty. So I mean,
like somebody said in the chat, I can't remember who said that. One of the content creators, Zamir White catfished us. He looked good in the pictures, but then when it came to it, like, wait a minute, I thought you were this, but you're not. Okay, you catfished us.
Thought you were shorter.
Man, I thought you were blind. Why you had gray hair? What's going on here?
Yeah, you're taller than your pictures.
Man, wait a minute. You said you only 5'2", and now you 7'8". Like what the? But anyway, he, like I said, he went from first to fourth on the depth chart. I think is once we get that running game established against any of the AFC West teams, we can dominate.
Yeah.
We can dominate them. Because like I said, last year we was up on the Chargers, should have beat them. Good that backwards pass or throwing to ghost or empty backfield. They got the ball, and then we couldn't stop their running game. Guy broke for what 60-something yard touchdown run. Come on now. We no, that's it. Denver, we was up seven. We could have been up 17, so 7-3, 17-3. No, miss you throws that 99-yard interception and a pick six. Okay, done. Now we lost momentum. The Broncos. I mean, not Broncos. The Chiefs. The last game we played Chiefs could have won that game. Nope.
We had,
Snap,
we had
miscommunication.
to kick that
So
damn
we could have
field
won.
goal.
We could have been 3-3 in the division, at least minimum 3-3 in the division. Bad plays, bad play calling, bad coaching decisions cost us those 3 games. That's not gonna happen anymore. I know everybody thought Pete Carroll made that mistake in Super Bowl. Yeah, that was a mistake. He know it. He admitted it. That was a bad call.
Mm-hmm.
Every coach make mistakes. They're all human like we are. We make mistakes. But I tell you one thing, he learned from that mistake. I guarantee you, he's even on the 1 yard line. You got Jasin in the backfield, and Jitty is running like for 100-something yards. He's not going to fade back in a pass and throw it. He's going to take Jitty and run up the damn middle. I
Yeah.
guarantee you that.
Yeah, because both of them can hit it and go. You know,
Yeah.
that's the thing. And I just hope everybody can, or the main two can stay healthy. But I just want them to, you know, spell some people here and there. But it sucks because the 2 people that they would be spelling would be like the lobby, which has some fumbling problems too, and then Zamir White, who has fumbling problems too. So that's why I just hope the main guys can stay on the field and then get it done.
Well, Samir White's number 4. He's number 4 in the depth chart, son. He gets hurt, so what? Bye.
Yeah.
I don't care.
Yeah, we wouldn't be that lucky.
Myra, yeah, I'm still looking for you. I'm in Bakersfield right now, and I'm searching you out. That was so funny. If you guys in chat don't know, you hear the story that we at the Bakersfield, Jason was there, and a lot of guys who was there. But anyway, so I saw Myra G on Protect Shield show with Chris, and she gets saying she going to Bakersfield. So I was anxious to meet every content creator or anybody in the chat that's going to be there. Jason's the first person I saw. And I'm in there all day long, all day. You know, tuning up with all the content creators, all the Raider Nations, all the fans. I'm just having a great, great, great time. And I'm sitting talking with Jason and I forget who it was, a couple of guys. I think Gravy and somebody else. And my just sitting there talking, you know, just talking. And we had a conversation and I'm like, huh. And then when we went to the after party, I said, and somebody said, Margie, I said, I didn't even see her. And Margie, I'm sitting right here. I said, that was you all the time? Oh my God. And that was so funny. It was so funny. Because her profile picture don't look nothing like it. Everybody looks totally different from the profile picture. I'm like, why am I know that? So I'm still looking for it.
Yeah. The search continues.
It was a pleasure meeting you, man. You real. I like you. You're real. But yeah, it was so funny. Anyway.
Yeah, we're gonna come +2 to the next one. You know what I mean? Like as I say, everything should be good. Hopefully, shit by then. Hopefully, baby be walking. No, we'll see. Hopefully, be running sprints by then. Or she baby.
Yeah. I'll be flying solo again because I'm the only Raider fan in the house. So I'll be flying solo again, which is no problem with me.
Shit, we're gonna see who we're gonna be in line with next year, which is wild. We had a good time.
That was a great time. But anyway, back to meeting these Chiefs.
Yeah, beat those Chiefs.
Yeah, that was a wild night. That was great.
Yeah.
I think if you look at the draft that we did in the off season, free agent pickup. If you look at that, I looked at the draft again, who the Chiefs drafted. They're drafting like, okay, Reds picked this guy. We gotta get this guy.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like what the Chargers did. Oh, they got Jitney. Okay, get Marlon Hampton.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I know what they're doing. People are like, and a lot of these teams are knowledge. Because I watched some content creators right after the draft, and a lot of them are like, wow. Bears had a good draft. Should we worry? No. But yeah. But the year before that, before Telesco, with the McDummy and those guys, they were like, they draft suck. Not this year. Oh man. But we brought in key players. We drafted who we thought we would draft. You know, it's a lot of surprises, but the surprises were good surprises.
Mhm.
Great.
Yeah, they answered. I feel like they really literally answered every question that we had. Like they got us a quarterback, nailed it. Like out of nowhere, too. All the speculation of who we were trying to get and all that, and then all of a sudden, Raiders trade for Geno Smith, like crazy. Not only did we gave up a third for it, and ended up getting the third back.
A better third pick, a higher third pick.
That part. So that's what I'm saying. Like we've been so used to as a franchise, like having to have our hands and our opinions and then our input because it didn't look like nobody up top knew what they was doing. So like everything, like Diablo's gone, Andre James gone, Zamir's still here, but we'll see how camp goes. But with everything that was okay, good.
No, go, sorry.
No, I was just gonna say, like, with everything going on that we wanted gone is gone. Yes, some of the good went, but like, remember we were mad because Spillane was gone.
Only
and we
one
were,
I worried about.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And I did too. I wanted him back too. But looking at what we got rid of Spillane, and then now we got four solid. I'll say more solid than we had, more than Masterson. More than Bernie, Gaynor, all those guys that we didn't know what was going to happen, but we got guys that are experienced.
Watch this, Jeff. You still in the if you still in the chat? This is what Jeff said the other day, and what he said made so much goddamn sense. Ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
We got 4 linebackers combined was an 8.5. Jeff, you still in the chat? Put it down. 8.5 million for these linebackers, which is still less that was getting from the Patriots for Spillane. So we got 4 for the price of 1. Or less than the price of 1.
Yeah. Now, do we miss Spillane still?
We don't know yet. Because we're gonna run a different defense than when Spillane was here.
Yeah. But like as far as like, where we were then, now I'm happy with the linebacker situation. Like I'm like, okay, now I'm looking at the next hole. I still worry about the offensive line until I see it. You know what I mean? Until we start ripping off these 20-yard runs and all this kind of stuff, like I have to see it because that's the only thing that we haven't touched on as much.
I'm not worried about the line too much now because for one thing, it's established. We already know who's going to be there. There's the only thing we're about the guards, and we got Colton Miller. He's going to be there. No, he's got age, but he got Grant playing behind to learn. You got the left guard. Now, the news broke that Parham was hurt because they moved Parham from right to left.
Yeah.
Bro, I don't know if it's really hurt or his feelings are hurt or what, but the merit there. So, not worry about that. But they actually moved Mumford off tackle and put him in a guard because when he's at Ohio State, most of his career he played guard.
Mm-hmm.
And then the following, they put him at tackle because the other guy got hurt. Well, it might be a little way around. I can't remember exactly. So basically, he's playing guard again. Now they put him behind Meredith as a left guard. I think it probably a better fit for him. You got the anchor, JPJ.
Mm-hmm.
He can't wait to get started. Then at right guard, you got Kappa, and then you got Rogers. Because Pete Carroll drafted him. He's a tackle in college. Pete Carroll said right away, no, you're playing guard. Point blank. So you got that little battle going on. Then you got Glaze. Because from my hearing, these damn flies getting on my nerves. From my hearing is that it was Glaze versus Mumford versus Dalton Wagner. Dalton Wagner jumped over Mumford as a number 2. Okay? So that's why he put him at guard. Say you're not gonna play a right tackle because Dalton Wagner jumped over you. So you want to stay in the team, then you're gonna play guard. Okay. So I'm not worried about it too much because Philbin is still there. I couldn't remember his name last night. Philbin's still there. Plus, Pete Carroll's son is doing the line. Because
Mhm.
remember when Philbin took over after he got rid of all those idiots, our line got better.
Yeah. Yeah, because that's the key. Because I mean, it's keeping Gino upright. You know what I mean? Because Gino can cook if he has the protection. And like that's what I said, we have a balanced running game. That's why I wanted another younger running back to kind of add to that too. With because I know Mostert's not going to be there forever. But we can do that next draft or hopefully when something else shakes up. But I just want that at least that two-piece combo, like the Lions, like how they got with Montgomery and Gibbs. I love that lightning and thunder. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, and then the one thing about Genty I worry about is his hands. Is him catching the ball. Because I thought he was a little bit better with receiving the ball, but I've heard I've seen there's been drops and stuff like that for Genty just in practice. Like, you know what I mean? Just running around just catching balls and like
remember this he's getting throwing pro balls and college football's a little bigger. So get used to that catch. But what? I'm not worried about, like you said, the running backs. Remember now, everybody got 90, 91 members on their team. And not everybody's going to make that team. Even those UDF running backs might fall off. Like, we're going to keep 4 running backs and we have 8 on the roster. So they're going to cut some running backs so we can pick up one of those guys if need be. But I'm happy with the 2, but I do think, because I don't know what Chris Culler is going to do. I never really seen him run, but we do have a deep running back room. Well, we'll see how that goes play in the future because we know number 1, number 2 is automatically. It's that 3rd and 4th one I'm worried about.
Yeah, it gets a little shaky because really it depends on if Sincere could stay healthy, then he would be that 3 guy. And then, but if not, I think that's where it would be hard. They would have to either look for something outside or just try to hope and pray. Because we don't expect everybody to just stay healthy. You know what I'm saying? That's the thing. Like, yeah, if you could just turn off injuries and have everyone just run the season as is, yeah, that'd be cool. But it's a hard hitting league and injuries do happen.
Yeah. I think after, because Pete Carroll sat at home, probably bored out of his freaking mind. He wasn't coaching. I'm sure he watched a lot of these teams, watched a lot of these games. Probably watched every game from last year, and he saw our weakness, and he sees our strengths.
Mm-hmm.
Because Pete Carroll is a study of football. Football is his life.
Yeah.
So he came in there, and people are saying hire Pete Carroll. I think that would be good. Well, I'd be the one. Well, he's too old. He's too old. Hell, you see Pete Carroll out there in OTAs running with the team.
Mm-hmm.
He keep doing sprints with him, throwing the ball, catching with him. Yeah, I'm 61. I can't. Well, I had a stroke, but I said, shit. I wish I had much energy.
Sure, you remember?
Pete Carroll brings energy to the building.
Yeah.
So
you remember Tom Tomlin? It was out there looking like the abominable snowman.
Yeah. Just look at the rest of AFC West coaches. Andy Reid, damn well, he can barely run. I don't think he can run into a burger shack and get a burger. I think Harbaugh's had bypass or whether he had surgery, so he can't run. And Sean Payton, I haven't seen him do anything like that.
Yeah.
So he's big the energy.
We got an all-star coaching tree in the AFC West. From what's his name? Goodness, I always forget him. No, the Broncos coach. Sean Payton. Thank you. Yeah, Sean Payton. There's some experience in this AFC West. So to make it out of the AFC West, that's what I'm saying. Like to make it out of the AFC West, you are dead right that we need to.
Excuse me, brother. Go talk. I got to take her. Sorry.
Oh, for sure.
I'll be right back.
Yeah. like to handle business in this AFC West with the coaches that they do have, with the experience they do have. That makes it almost easy because look at what Patrick Mahomes does. If he makes it out of the AFC West, usually they make it to, Super Bowl. And it's because of the different schemes and everything that they put, that everyone puts out. We were just the one that didn't have the coach in place to challenge these guys. So, you're only good as your quarterback and your coach. That's where it starts. And finally, we have that in place with quarterback in place. Everyone I've talked to, like everyone from outside the Raiders, from inside the Raiders, everyone's happy. Even outside people are like, oh, damn. Oh, Gino's good. Like Gino's gonna, you know, Gino's gonna be Gino's gonna be good for us. Like I said, I just worry about the line and protecting him, keeping him off the ground. And if we run the ball and make it where he doesn't have to throw, 30, 40 times, you know what I mean? Just let him just do what he do. Get it to our speed guys. Just balance. I want to see balanced offense. I don't want it to be Brock Bowers, Jacob. I want it to be everybody. Get everyone. If they double team Brock, you got, Trey or Jacoby on the other side, or you got the Rooks coming. I just want to spread the ball out. I don't want to be predictable. I don't want it to be like they know our go-to, they know where we're going to go before, and they just lock in on our best two targets. No, I want them to be guessing every time of where we're going to go with the ball. Are we coming out of the backfield with it? Are we coming across the middle with it? Are we going over the top with it? Like, what are we doing? Yep, run game will be the key factor. And that's what I want to see, Marcus. I really want to see this back. I want to see us run the ball again like we used to, like running hard. Like how how that boy Pacheco, Isaiah Pacheco for KCB running. Like that's how we need to get back to running, like with a purpose. Like where people don't even want to hit us because we come at full speed like a train. We just need to get back to pounding the rock. Pound the ball, no mercy. Make these boys tackle. A lot of people don't like to tackle. Make these boys tackle. You know what I mean? Make them get down and get after it. So we just got to keep it up. Let's not wear Genty out, but let's spread it out. Let's even, just keep pounding. Reverses, whatever we got to do to, let's not be predictable. I hate that.
Oh yeah, because we got offensive coordinator that's not predictable. Yeah, last year we had one that was predictable.
Mm-hmm.
But here's the key factor to this: we got more weapons now. Last year we did have Devontae for half a season, didn't do much. We had Brock Bowers, okay. Then we had Jacoby, and then nothing else. Okay. Now we have a multitude of weapons we can use at our disposal. We got a lot of weapons. Last year, Geno Smith had the 28th ranked offensive line in NFL. You thought we were bad. They were worse. Yeah, they say he threw all these interceptions. Well, shoot, when you being chased down like he was, he had no choice but to throw it up to get away. And so now you get picks. But if you look at some of his games, a lot of those interceptions were tipped balls.
Mm-hmm.
A couple of them he did throw to the guy in the end zone, that one red zone one. Mm-hmm. But he still threw for over 3,000 some yards. With no running game.
Minshew?
And no, Minshew, no. I'm talking about Geno. He still threw over 3,000 some yards. And 11 or 15 touchdowns and 11 interceptions with no running game and one of the worst ranked offensive line. So he's able to get it done. It just needs a running game and offensive line. Coming here, he has that now. People say offensive line was bad last year. Not as bad as Seattle offensive line was. They were the 20th ranked offensive line in the nation. So if we're ranked 10th offensive line, 15, that's better than we had. Okay, because I remember the day that I was watching like the news and Gino, they offered Gino a contract. Gino said, "Nah, I don't be trade me there." Soon as he said that, Pete Carroll got on the phone and said, "Hey, Gino," and told the guy, "Yeah, a third round pick."
Easy.
Actually, we just swapped players. We got Devontae, we got third round, then we got Gino. So I'm happy with that.
Yeah. And it's familiar. I like because it's like you don't really. He knows his lingo. He knows, he knows the verbiage. You know what I'm saying? So it's a good thing. It's because it's not like, even if he had a guy like, say, Joe Burrow or someone like that, just hoping and praying. But I'm just saying, just in case he got someone like that, yeah, he would have been a great quarterback, but it still would have took him a lot more time to kind of gain the system, so I feel like this it kind of gives him a heads up. So he probably told Chip, like, this is what he does well. You know what I'm saying? You can depend on him for this. This is what, this maybe not so much, but, and then it's good to, I just love having Chip Kelly because no more do we have to worry about offense and someone that, because we didn't see Chip for the longest because he was drafting up plays, getting everything, and we got him weapons. I like that he probably asked for more wide receivers. I like that. I hope, that he see, because it looked like they seen everything we seen. They added not just one wide receiver in the draft, but two. They do two different things. Then we got the size with Thornton and the speed. And then you got an every down, wide receiver, kind of similar to a Jacoby, I think with Besh, but
what makes it really different is like, you ever had like just Happy Father's Day to all those guys who just joined us.
Mm-hmm.
You know what it's like to have a fatherly figure believes in you. You know that feeling you get inside, like, hey son, I believe you can do this. My heart says you can do this. And that makes you more motivated.
Mm-hmm.
Pete believes in Geno Smith, and that makes Geno Smith, because when he came from and then what he did in Seattle was due to Pete Carroll. Mm-hmm. To resurrect his career. Last year, AP didn't have faith in Minshew. You can see it. Mm-hmm. He didn't believe in him because he didn't want him quarterback anyway. He wanted ALC. He wanted this guy who got in that job, ALC. Once ALC got in there, it looked a little better. It wasn't good, but it looked a little better. But when you have a coach that believes in you, because I wish I can find that clip. It was on Geno Smith doing an interview. I can't find it. Well, I'm still looking for it. It was a game where it was second down and the play didn't work, and Geno Smith, you can see his face, was frustrated. It didn't work. And Pete Carroll went there and said, "Come on, you can do it." Didn't say nothing. Didn't say, didn't I? He's like, "You got this." The next play, they got a first down. Almost a touchdown. See, that's the kind of character Pete Carroll is to his players. And so that's why when Geno Smith saying we traded, Pete Carroll got up on right away. Yeah, bring him in. Give him a third. Third round for a quarterback? But I said, that's too much. Not really. We already had 3 third-round picks. So we give him one. There was a Devontae pick. I think it was a 78th in the third round. It was worth it to me. I'll take it. But then we got it right back, like you said. We got a higher pick.
Definitely so. Hey, so to this comment right here, to Marcus, man, hey, we don't block nobody's team, man. I respect everybody that reps their team, no matter if it's in our division or not. You know what I'm saying? Like I respect people that are down for their teams, no matter what your team is. You know what I'm saying? Just I always feel that our team is better than yours. You know what I mean? But that's just Raider mentality. But yeah, I respect everybody that loves the NFL, loves whatever team, just not the day that we play each other. That's the only difference. And it's preseason. It's friendly fire right now. You know what I mean? It's all good. Until
it's just OTAs, or now it's gonna be training camp, mini training camp in about 6 weeks.
Yeah.
So right now you can talk about your team or our team when you want to. You all suck. Yeah, that was last year. You can't say we suck now because you haven't seen us play yet.
Yeah, we obviously, we were all on the couch watching someone else lift that Super Bowl trophy. So
yeah,
it all starts fresh. Anybody
it wasn't charged or the Broncos either, or the Chiefs. So nobody AFC West lifts that trophy.
Yeah. So we got to bring it back on our side. We got to bring it back to the AFC. You know.
I think we will. I don't, maybe not this year. It could happen. Because look at the Commanders. They turned around one year, but they already had a team already built. They just need to have quarterback. We need a whole lot of stuff, and I
Shut.
think that drafting these players, what they did, is going to solidify most of that. They probably still need a few more other players later down the road, but for now, it's a good start. Now, Pete Carroll's being in competition. Why we sign this guy? Why we sign 4 or 5 linebackers? Remember, last year we had a linebacker core. We had Spillane. That was it. Madison is not there anymore. Gone. The Eichenberg special team guy, yeah, but we drafted you as a linebacker, not special teams. So either step up or step out. Then we drafted Lindenberg. We'll see how he does. We got Devin White. Now we got Pratt. We got guy Lane that loses me all the time. The guy from Pittsburgh. So
oh yeah, Robertson.
Robinson, yeah. We got a linebacking core. Now what's gonna happen is that they got balloted out. Good. The best man wins. Instead of last year, the presumptive starters, Diablo and Spillane. Who Diablo had to fight against to start? It was Amari Gaynor and Gurney.
Yeah.
That was it.
He was automatic.
Yeah, it was like automatic in there. And we saw what he did for years, and he's still starting. Now, we don't know. Pretty much, Allen Robinson probably will start in the middle. More than likely. Maybe not. Now we got, we decided Pratt, but I think it was a great pickup. But we paying him. Devin White. Who else did we sign? We signed another linebacker, too.
We got Devin White. Oh, yeah, Jalen Smith.
Jalen Smith. I don't know if he's going to get in there or not.
Yeah.
But we got linebackers not a fight and battle out.
Yeah. And these guys were the guys on their squads. Like, these weren't just any, you know what I mean, just little backup players. These were guys. These were the guys.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? On their individual squads. These were the feared defenders.
Mm-hmm. You know, we like I said, the defense got both. We got a lot of veteran defensive players. You know, we got Chin. You know, and me and you both saw Bakersfield. That ain't no small guy.
Yeah,
he's
ready. He's ready right now.
He's ready to go. And Chin's gonna be that Swift Army knife for the Raiders defense. He's gonna do it all. You know, we picked up a cornerback, Stokes, Eric Stokes, to see what he does. He got to fight out. He got to fight out with that name escapes me. What's our cornerback? Bennett, Ja'Cory Bennett. We're gonna fight out with him. Mm-hmm. But Stokes also can play free safety.
Yeah.
So the defense gets bad. They drafted picked up so much defense that it's gonna be a battle. Only person you know for sure you can bet your house on it. Mm-hmm. It's gonna start as Crosby. For sure. At game 1. That's guaranteed. The rest of the guys you don't know yet.
I don't know. Snowden might give him a run for his money. You know, Snowden.
Well, it's not going to be a rotation. He can come in when Max needs to take a break. But,
yeah, he needs a little water or something.
Pretty much, the defense is going to be matter of fact, the up and down the field, both sides, all 3 sides, special teams, offense, defense. Every position has a battle, not just a presumptive starter. Because you know it's going to start on offense. You know it's going to be Geno Smith, Genty. You know, it's going to be Colton Miller. You know it's going to be JPJ and Glaze. The offensive line, the guards is up for grabs. Mm-hmm. Receivers. You know, Jacoby probably going to be the starter line. You know, Brock Bowers going to be there. You got that already figured out. But they got other guys that probably play position too. They might not be starters, but they be rotationals.
I actually had something too because I had put together a depth chart or what I thought was going to be the depth chart moving forward. The quarterback situation is crazy because it was saying that pretty much AOC was going to get pushed out by what's his name, Cam Miller, and I forgot who the
Oh,
Tommy.
Bradley? Nah, Bradley's gonna be gone.
No, actually, yeah, they had Bradley pushing him out, but I'm like,
No,
I don't know about that.
I don't think so. For one thing, AOC is a little more experienced. I don't think they're gonna push him out.
Yeah,
I'd still say AOC gonna be number two.
yeah, I see
Regardless of how
Gino.
you look at it.
Yeah, I see
Now
Gino,
the third
AOC.
quarterback, that third quarterback is the question you should ask yourself. Who's
Mhm.
gonna be a third? Now, I don't think they're gonna keep four quarterbacks on the squad. I think they'll keep three. They'll keep two and keep one.
Yeah, he's
And
going to
probably
keep his guy. I feel like Cam Miller, he's going to keep his guy because they brought him in, so they're going to try to see what he has. So Gino, AOC, Cam Miller would be my.
yeah, that's what I think they'll look at. And then nobody picks up Carter Bradley probably on speed dial just in case. Like, what are you doing? Right now, I'm working at Walmart right now, but what's up, coach? You want to come in and play? Yeah, sure. Let me finish my shift.
Yeah.
But the corporate situation, we have the best backup in the league, I think.
Mhm.
Because if you take him to another team, he can start. Easy. With no questions asked. Um, and I like what they did. Instead of going to get a backup quarterback and sign him to be a starter, we got a starter to be the starter.
Yes.
We didn't go get a Minshew, which has been a backup mostly since Lawrence came in the league, a backup his whole career, a backup. I guess they saw what we did for Colts. Yeah, but the Colts had a team already. They lost their quarterback. They had a good running back. They had good receivers. They had a good offensive line. They had decent defense. So it was easy for him. He come here, we had none of that. No running
You,
game,
yeah, none of
no
that.
offensive line.
Mm-mm.
Defense was decent, but he come here like nah.
You know who looks happy too when I see him, like, watch the camps is Greg Olson.
Oh, he was flying around.
Bro, I was like, I haven't seen him happy in a long time because, like, and DC's like early days, there were some times where he was, fired up, but then, like, yeah, just to see him with the guys and, just it looks like he's excited to get, because like kid in the candy store, it's good to see.
Yeah. Well, yeah. He wasn't that good of an offensive coordinator, but he's a good quarterback coach. So
Mm.
let him do some. Like I said, they put people in position where what are you good at? Like I'm good at this. Okay, that's what you're gonna do. Like hire me for a job. Say for instance, kitchen. We need kitchen help. What are you good at? I'm good at making breakfast. Then good. You worked on early morning shit. That's what you're gonna do. You're not gonna cook dinner. You're gonna cook breakfast. You know, so put them what they're good at. That's what they did. They got the right people. And then one key factor that nobody really talks about is that they stole the guy from Philadelphia,
Mm-hmm.
Hunt, head of the scouting department. And we talked about it a few nights ago with Jeff and me and some other guys that they're saying that, he just scouts college kids? No. Scouting department works all year round. They don't just scout college kids or even high school kids. They scout pros too. They watch players on other teams that might not make the cut. They go scout them like he might be a good fit for us. So we'll get him.
Yeah, and that's what you want. I remember Madden was talking about he used to argue with Al Davis to get the pieces he wanted.
Yeah, I remember that.
And
And
yeah,
Alex probably gave in like, okay, whatever. And
yeah,
finally they won Super Bowl.
because
Yeah.
that's the thing. Like, you bring someone in, it has to work because it's like you put your name on it, and it costs, So that's what I say. I like. It looked like we had that with Pierce and Jack Jones, but it kind of faded out.
Well, Jack Jones came and made some splash plays. Great. We were excited.
Mhm.
But towards the end, they saw what he did and how he doing. They kept beating him. You know,
Mm.
Plus his attitude. Because when AP got fired, I said, "Well, there go Jack Jones. He's out of here." And then I
That's
hired Pete Carroll. I said, "He's not gonna be here because he don't have that father to protect him. He's out of here."
mm,
Because one thing is attitude.
mm.
You know, Pete Carroll don't want people on the team that make business decisions, as they called it. You know,
Yeah,
no, because AP did great with what's that dude? Matador Peterson. I
yeah.
don't know his first name.
Matador.
I know his
No,
name, but I call him Matador Peterson. He put him aside and said, "Dude, you're not gonna play. You can sit your ass down." And the next day, he cut him. You know, just because you have a name on your back of jersey and we pay you all this money, don't mean you're gonna start or play. And like I said, this coaching staff is not gonna tolerate that. Because you look at the OTAs, yeah, the guys are there flying around having fun. We didn't see that when McDermott was here. No, we didn't see
no.
none of that.
And then Frank Weber says we haven't seen AOC with Carroll or Kelly yet, so we really don't know what we have there yet. I can promise that AOC is already better than he ever has been. And that's fun. You know, I was looking at him kind of practicing. He looks a little gimpy, man. I don't know what's going on. Like, is that just me, or do you guys see it too when you watch him? Because at first I didn't see him at throwing with the guys, and then he runs on like a little bit later, and then yeah, he just when he was walking around, he just looked like he was kind of favoring to one side. So I don't know, but
It looked all right to me. I know he lost some weight and everything else. He lost that baby fat. So I don't know. He don't look that gimme, but he has been working on his feet work. Maybe he gets a little, that maybe not used to see him run like that and
mhm.
moving around because that's working on his feet work, getting out the pocket, scrambling, moving around. So maybe that's why, because not used to seeing him do that. Maybe that's why he look gimpy to you. That could be
Yeah,
a reason.
maybe
Well, like
so.
I said, uh, as Jeff says, he's gonna be a starter next year. Just make him the backup.
Yeah, yeah. Trade him to Carolina. You know what I mean?
Trade no. That is so dumb. Why are we going to AOC, one of the best backup quarterbacks in the league? No.
Trade him to Carolina so he can
Nope.
battle it out with Bryce Young.
Nope. Nope. We're not trading him anywhere.
Trade
He's
him
on a
to
rookie
the
deal. Why would you give him? We ain't paying him. We paying him peanuts. Why would we trade him for that? Now, if he wants to come in and rookie deal, say, I want $40 million a year, and they'll say, hey, see the door back there, right? Yeah, bye. So, no,
yeah,
that'd be stupid. Trade
oh,
away rookies now is not a good idea.
yeah.
If like they're really bad, if they're that bad that you can't trade them anyway, you can cut them. But no,
This is last year though. Year 3.
four. Oh, that's right. He's a fourth round pick. Yeah.
Yeah, because yeah, I'm saying this is it. Yeah, well, I was gonna say, but yeah, I agree with you. I wouldn't get rid of him because Lord forbid something happened to Gino. But
Well, Jim for most of his career, I'm knocking on wood, been healthy
yeah,
most of his career. So he stays in shape. And people say, well, he's 34 years old.
yeah,
Yeah, and 35. Well, physically, yeah. I mean, with that. But his body is 27 because he missed 7 years of playing
mhm,
football started. So he didn't get beat up, hit a lot. So his body's still kind of fresh. Might be a little slower, might not be as strong as he was 7 years ago, but his body has not been abused.
yeah. He's faster than AOC. I know that. So,
Well, Jeff's faster than AOC.
ooh, it's backwards. Definitely.
But beating the Chiefs, I say we split. I want to go 4-2 in the division.
Okay, fair enough.
3-3 is great. 3-3 I'll settle for, but 0-6, no.
Yeah,
1-5, no.
no,
2-4, no.
hell no.
3-3, okay, I can accept that. 4-2, I'd be happy with. I'd be like, great. Because we got to beat our division, which is a strong division in NFL as it stands right now.
Yeah.
Because anytime you get 3 teams out of division making playoffs, that means you're pretty good. Although Denver got lucky because the Chiefs let them in because the Chiefs didn't want to play Cincinnati. Because Cincinnati is the Chiefs' kryptonite. They did not want to play him.
What's the
I'm not saying they gave. I'm not saying they threw the game, but they had no starters in there. So like, yeah. But I tell you now that if it comes down to it, the last game of the season we played the Chiefs.
Mm-hmm.
If the Chiefs are already in the playoffs, already got locked up, and we need to win that game to get in the playoffs, Chiefs will put their starters in
Oh
to
yeah.
knock us out. They will put their starters in, and I hope they do. Oh, it comes down to that. Well, we can go in and beat the crap out of Mahomes. So if he does get playoffs, he'd be so battered and abused that, oh my God, the Bears beat us up. Yeah. So that's that.
Yeah, the Patriot. Like I see, if we start out 2-0, we'll make the playoffs. We beat the Patriots. We beat the Chargers. That's a good, very good start for us, and it'll just it builds confidence. You know what I mean? And this isn't going to be like where we beat a team that beat a good team, and then the next week we beat the last team in the NFC or the AFC. This is going to be where we're going to build off what we do well. We're going to, it's not going to be like we're going to be on this week, off the next. We're not going to be as inconsistent.
Well, our toughest part of the season is the first half.
Mm-hmm.
That's the toughest thing we played. Then I think after the bye week, we got 6 home games.
Yeah.
So we had to do a lot of traveling the first half of the season and play these good teams now early, which I'm glad we're doing.
Yeah.
That will show us who we're made of.
2 AFC wins too, right there. Bam. Patriots, Chargers. If we get those, we keep ourselves in a good space for at the end of the season where we don't need all those wins, where everybody else has to win and we, tie. And, if we take care of our business against these AFC opponents, like, because the first ones we have are the Colts, the Chargers, the Patriots. Boom. And then we got the Titans after that. And then the Chiefs, then the Jaguars, then the Broncos. In that first half of the season, we got a good chance just to get a hold of this AFC.
Yeah. Oh, shoot.
Yep.
Oh, I don't know why. I keep getting cold in the middle of summer. But yeah.
You have the Colts.
We have a chance to start off. We got the Patriots.
Mm-hmm.
We got to go there. Fine. They got a new head coach. They got that McDummy still there. So we'll see how that plays out. They said Drake May looked good last year. Well, we'll see a sophomore year, see how he do.
Yeah.
They got Stephon Diggs.
Mm-hmm.
But Stephon Diggs really didn't impress me. After he left Buffalo, he wasn't really impressive to me.
Yeah. Any team he's on, I think we have a chance because he's going to cry for the ball. It's just all it's not just football. It's always something extra.
Oh, he's going to crawl to his boat and have some mammalian, some sugar, some pink sugar.
Some of that.
Yeah.
Some of that.
So,
what's it called? Sweet and low?
Yeah, what's they call that? Himalayan salt.
Oh, not the Himalayan.
Himalayan salt, the pink salt. So I see this. Patriots, it's a toss up. Okay. I can see us winning that, and I can see us losing that.
Mm.
It's a toss up. But as long as it's a good game and we don't get blown 43-4 on 43-14, yeah. Then okay, now we start off bad. It's a toss up. I think we might win that game more likely. Then we got to charge them home. That's against more important to me than a Patriots game because There's going to be 16 teams that 0-1. There's going to be 16 teams that's 1-0, regardless. First game of the season. The second game is the most important one. That's a home game against a division rival.
Yeah.
That is a must win more than the Patriots. Must win.
Can't let McConkey go off like he did last time.
We can't let nobody go off. We can't let anybody do anything.
Mm-hmm.
We got to they come to our house. We got to show them, no, we're the Raiders now. We're the Raiders. We're the Raiders. When we play you, this was going to happen. That's the game that'll prove it to not only to our division, but to the rest of the league.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, my 2 cents, what's up, brother? That's more important to me than anything else. Because if we, for example, lose to the Patriots, we're 0-1. Can't lose to the Chargers, I mean, we 0-2, because the next game is even worse. We got to go to the Commanders.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we got to go to Washington. Washington, D.C. That easy can be 0-3, then that's a bad start to the season. I mean, it happens that some teams start off bad and they make a run towards the end, but I don't want to do that. I want to start off good and make them run all the way through. So that Chargers game is the most important one. Whether it be 1-0 or 0-1, that's the most important game to me, especially in the division.
I agree because it breaks the trend of what we've done. Because usually they'll blow us out the first game, and then the second game we usually either get with them or it's closer. But yeah, that has to change now. Like that's what I say. We have to get the Patriots. We have enough motivation to beat them.
Yeah.
From McDaniels to the snow game to everything you want to throw in there. But the Chargers are a division rival, and we have to figure this thing with them out. We got to give, and then that's the good thing. Pete knows him. He knows exactly what Harbaugh likes to do.
But see, one thing about the Patriots game, don't forget, Pete was the head coach of the Patriots one time. They fired him. So.
Oh yeah, and I was gonna say that there's so much fire. You know what I mean? And Pete, that's all Pete needs. You know what I mean? That reason alone is enough.
Well, like I said, it can go either way. Like I said, that can go. We can be 1-0 or 1. The main thing is that we have to beat the Chargers regardless of the 0-1, 1-0, because that's the division game. You got to beat them because the next 2 games are we got to play the Commanders. I don't know if we can beat them or not because I don't know what we have on the field yet. Commanders' defense was decent. I won't say it was that good because they gave a lot of points. They just happened to score a lot of points.
Mm-hmm.
No, their defense was all right, average, I would say, but they scored a lot, so that helped them win a lot of games. The Bears is a mystery. We don't know what they're going to be like. New coach, they did have a great off season. A great off season, I'll give them that. They built the offensive lineup and they got a few key players.
Mm-hmm.
That's up in the air. So I look at it, we can be either 3-1 or 1-3. If you're 0-3, not 3. We'd be going into the Bears game. We'd be 1-2, 2-1, 3-0, or 0-3. So we got to make sure if we play the Bears, we got to make sure we at least minimal 2-1. At least 2-1.
Yeah,
because that can go either way. That can be 2-2. Then we got the Colts and the Titans in those games. Obviously, we can win, but the Colts and Titans, I think we can win. But the Titans game scares me so much. I don't know why that game scares me.
I think it's at Titans too.
No, we're here.
Oh, is it here? Okay.
They're home. It scares me. It's one of those teams that
Cam Ward
people are not giving credit to, but we don't know what their philosophy is because I don't know who their quarterback is. I don't know if the coffee mayonnaise guy still there or not. Mavis or whatever his name is, Levis.
Cam Ward, yeah. Cam Ward's.
Cam Ward's there. See, that's the starting quarterback. So we don't know what they're going to be like.
Yeah. Well, we know he likes to stand there for hella long, so I'm sure Max will love that. He likes to stand.
He had lived in college. He was out living a lot.
Just sit there and wait, and Max will get to you. If you wait long enough, he'll get you.
No. So let's see. It was that. How many games that is? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 games a season. So we can be a good 4-2 going into the Chiefs game. I think we're okay.
Yeah, the Commander game, that will be tough. That's really the only loss I could kind of see. Because Patriots has dub, Chargers dub. Commanders game is gonna be a little funky just because of
I don't know. I don't know.
Jalen Daniels, I think. But yeah, I see.
I
Uh,
didn't. I didn't see
they-
the Commanders improving their defense because I was looking at their. They give them a lot of points. They just had to score more on
yeah, and
those teams.
I see him taking a step back too this year. What's his name?
Jay
Williams
Daniels.
or Williams from the Bears. I see him taking a step back this year too. Maybe not Daniels. I think Daniels will kind of get, he'll be pretty much himself, but I just see Williams kind of taking a step back. Even with what's his name? Ben Johnson. I just feel like just the person that Williams is gonna take a step back. Because I don't see them dominating that division. I don't see them, but we'll see.
That division is up there too, so we don't know what they're gonna have there because it's gonna be Bears, it's gonna be the Vikings. Vikings, I don't think. But you know what? That coach they got there, their offensive coordinator, did wonders for Kirk Cousins and Sam Darnold. They
Mhm.
look like superstars, all stars.
Yeah.
So McCarthy might do the same thing. Plus, McCarthy had a year to sit because it was hurt, so he got
Mhm.
this chance to watch and observe and learn more. So that division is Green Bay's going to be there. Detroit, they lost their OC and DC. That got to be rough. I
Mhm.
don't know how they're going to recoup from that. They basically kept their same core players.
Mhm.
That guy that tackle, that defensive lineman, he was hurt, but now he'll be back. Um, so they're gonna be depends on how they run the team. They're gonna be pretty much almost the same. I don't think I take a big dive. Probably don't win as many games, but they'll be there in the hunt. Uh, let's say Green Bay, Jordan Love, they'll still be there. Who else in that division? Oh, Bears. So that division, it's gonna be that. That division gonna be a war. That's gonna be a good war to watch because they're gonna fight each other, beat each other up. That's gonna be fun. I'm gonna keep my eye on the North, NFC North next year, because the rest of the NFC, like the Rams, probably win the West. The South is a joke because only one team there right now. That's the Buccaneers. So I ain't
Mhm.
watching those. I don't think anybody gonna do anything there. Atlanta might make a step forward. Might. New Orleans they gonna nosedive.
Yeah. I think they're gonna go back to just that bad division. And then yeah, I think the Buccaneers will be the one out of that
Oh
division
yeah.
though.
Oh yeah.
If I had to pick
Uh,
a second, I guess probably would be Atlanta. But
yeah, that's what I say because they got a Penix there, and then he looked pretty good towards the end of the season. The only thing he got to stay healthy. They got that
Mhm.
running back. He's pretty good. They beat us. Well, no.
Yeah,
Anyway, well,
NFC
anybody beat us, but
East, NFC East will be crazy too. Because you got, Washington, I think will still, make take a step forward. Philly is
Phillies
Philly.
got better.
Yeah, Philly
They
stacked
just
up
got better.
too. Yeah,
They got depth. They got everything. They just got better.
yeah. So Cowboys and Giants. I don't think they'll make the cut, but
Yeah, Cowboys gonna be Cowboys. Yeah, they
yeah,
hired that coach. Like what the shot? I think Schottenheimer's son or
yeah,
whatever. I don't know. I say yeah, he's a yes man for Jerry Jones. So
yeah,
they didn't move forward. They didn't draft well at all. They didn't sign anybody free agency worth notarizing. Then your boy, what's that defensive guy name
Oh,
for the
they got,
Cowboys?
they got rid of him already.
No, they get rid of him. He's still there.
Oh, is it McCarthy or no?
No, for the Cowboys, the defensive guy.
Oh, man, I can't even tell you.
Yeah, no, it's so many names. What's that guy? Parsons. Parsons? Parsons.
Oh, Pearson's.
Here, what's the guy, chat? What's the name of the guy from Cowboys? Pearson. He was a sack leader a while back, but he's still there. But he act like he wants to get out of there.
Oh, you talking about Michael Parsons? Michael Parsons.
Makai, yeah,
Yeah,
Makai Parsons. Yeah, he wants to get. Thanks, East Coast. Yeah, welcome to the show.
East
He
Coast.
wants to get out of there. So I don't know. They can step back because now it used to be the Cowboys division. Used to be it was just the Cowboys run division. Now they got to worry about Philadelphia and the Commanders. So now it's not easy pickings for them anymore. They got to fight these guys off. Although they head to head, they beat each other now and then, but that's supposed to be division anyway. But Giants, they did draft well in this draft. I give them credit for that.
Mhm.
They could be a surprise. They got a quarterback. They got a defensive line. I mean, a defensive guy. So they could be a surprise team too, but not a playoff surprise. More like they can win some games. To me,
Yeah. Let me see. So what other? We talked about the North. We talked about the East. We talked. Oh yeah. So the West.
Rams.
I was gonna say I see Rams, and I honestly see the Niners taking a step back, but that's just me.
Oh
But,
yeah, they're. I think they're gonna be in tank mode.
try to get. What do you think they're trying to get?
I don't know what they're gonna do. Highlight East Coast good. Highlight Horns, please.
Mhm.
Just a chat. So Dak was hurt. They didn't have a running back core. Wide receiver was injured. O line. So was most of their defense. Nealon coming. The draft was elite. Go George Pickens. Yeah, George Pickens. They did pick him up. That was gonna be a really good team. I don't think they're gonna be a bad team. They're gonna be a 4-13 team. But I think that it's not gonna be easy for them like it was in the past. Dante. That's what I'm saying. I don't think that before this would be Cowboys division regardless. They ran everything. This year it's not gonna be a stepping stone for them. It's good. They got to battle it out now. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, Dak's not the Dak of old, you know.
Yeah, I'm not saying they're gonna be sorry. Now it's gonna be a little harder for them to do anything.
Yeah, they're not hitting on all cylinders like they were a couple years ago. Like you won't see that serious. Like even though the wide receiver core has improved, the quarterback play is kind of currently on the decline. So
they need a running game. That's what they need. Dallas always rely on their running game. Always. I don't know who their running back is now because I don't follow Dallas because that's the team I hate to work the most.
They had, I think it's Diddle or Dodal, but I had him on my fantasy team. He did pretty good, but I forgot who the other. Oh no, didn't they get what's his name back from the one they had, Mr.
Ezekiel Elliott?
Yeah, I swear they got him either this year or they had him last year or something like that.
Last year.
Oh, okay.
Like I said, I don't follow Dallas at all. I try not to put their name on my computer screen. I hate the Cowboys.
No, I feel it.
Both my wife's family are Cowboy fans, so yeah, that's that.
Damn.
But yeah, like I said, they're not gonna be bad, but like I said, they're gonna have challenges up ahead.
Oh, that's right. They do have what's his name too. They picked up Joe Milton in the trade last year.
Yeah, because they got rid of Trey Lance.
Not Trigger Trey.
Yeah, Trigger
Trey Lance.
High draft pick. Didn't do anything.
He had his best game, I think, against us in preseason.
Well, everybody their best games against us. From a couple years ago when Chicago had that guy from a D3 school came and beat us. Like, dude.
Mr. Beijing.
Or they had a head coach for the coach that just coached high school 2 weeks ago. They can't play there and beat us. Yeah, but I was there. This is not that situation now.
Yeah. Well, no, see with Dak, the thing what we expect, I guess, from Dak is just anything past the playoffs. Because Dak can get you there. Like Dak will get you, to the playoffs, but anything after that, he's allergic. You know what I mean? So that's the thing. It's just with him, it kind of was like with DC, except he, barely,
He didn't get us there but
yeah,
once
that we wanted
or
him to
twice.
be at
Twice.
least because to step up from DC to a Dak and then progress. You know what I mean? Just get to the playoffs consistently. That's the start. And then win in the playoffs. You know what I mean? That's the next part. But yeah, with Dak, it's like just getting there is kind of like once he gets there, that's the plateau. Like he doesn't know how to push it to that next level and push it to, anything past that.
Yeah, I know we said it last year. I understand that. Like I said, this is a new year coming up. We'll see, but they got more competition because it'd be just the Cowboys. Maybe the Eagles were sneaking there a little bit. Wasn't the Commanders or wasn't the Giants. They were both bad. So it basically is one team they had to battle with. Now they got to battle with two other teams now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
So
everyone's catching up in that division.
It's not going to be a cakewalk anymore. So
because as bad as New York is, they still stepped it up. For one, they got Jackson Dart in the cut. Then they got Russell Wilson, which is gonna, Russ is Russ sometimes. But like you can easily compete with Russ as quarterback, and then just of the Jalen Hyatts and all the things they're kind of putting together there. But it's gonna be tough, like you said. It's not gonna be as easy as it was, a few years ago.
Yeah, then we go to the AFC. We'll start with the East.
Mm-hmm.
You got the Bills.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see anybody beating them. I think the only team that can get around for their money would be the Patriots if they can. Dolphins is like they're actually taking a step back, seem like, because they didn't draft anybody in this draft. They don't seem like worthy of really changing the team around, dynamics. Did they get the quarterback? I don't remember. Dante, if you're still here, did Miami draft a quarterback? I know it's not your team, but you follow all that stuff.
They did though. They got from Texas, Ewers. They got Quentin Ewers.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, we'll see. Because he'll probably start anyway. Because I'll tell you one thing: if Tua get hit in there one more time, he's done for the league. He's out.
Yeah, they're gonna sit him down. Just cash.
No, they're gonna take him out the league.
Mm-hmm. Give him a check. And
say,
say, hey, it's over.
Your football career is now over with, dude. You're officially retired.
Ooh, and they got Zach Wilson. So that
Zach Wilson.
That's pretty even.
Okay, well, they do have quarterback play, but I still said take a step backwards. But then they got the Jets. Another interesting story. Who the Jets have?
They got what's his name from Justin Fields.
That's interesting.
Yeah, I definitely want to see how that turns out.
Yeah, he already was named starting quarterback day one, so they got their starting quarterback. Jets always had a good defense, although they lost their defensive head coach. I know they still got the same coordinator. They had a good defense, so that might help them out a lot of games. So basically, that's a Bills division to lose if they so wanted to lose it, but theirs to win. The only competition I see there may pitch, but I haven't seen them play yet, so I don't know. New head coach, new everything else. Maybe the Patriots can get around their money. Maybe the Jets can. Maybe I can too, because it's division. Division play each other differently than other teams do. So still the Bills division. Mm-hmm. Then you go to the AFC North. Mm-hmm. That's gonna be fun.
Oh yeah, and that's crazy with Pittsburgh getting what's his name, Rodgers. That's kind of wild because they've always had the defense, and they've always just needed a quarterback that could get it done. They have that now, so Pittsburgh will be a scary team. I want to see how that matchup with them in Baltimore goes now.
Yeah, because they got DK. They got DK over there too. So he at least old man Rodgers have a target.
Yeah, that's bully ball over there. Because when they had Pickens, I was thinking, oh damn, that's gonna be they're just gonna be beating up on DBs over there. But they traded what's his name? So
yeah, well, we'll see. Let's see if he can stand up because Rodgers went from the Jets into
Mhm.
a division that wasn't as strong in defense because the Patriots were decent on defense, Miami Dolphins were decent on defense, Bills were too. Now he moving to the North where the defense is prime there because Cleveland's defense is good. Okay, no doubt about that. Uh, Baltimore defense is good, no doubt about that. So now he's facing tougher defenses that will hit you.
Mhm.
So see, can he stand up to the test of time? Like, yeah, take one more of the hits again. Can you last? Because I don't know who their backup is
Mhm.
to Pittsburgh. Oh, it's Rudolph, Mason
Yeah,
Rudolph,
Mason
Mason
Rudolph,
Rudolph.
and then I forgot who the other is it? Oh, what's his name? Skylar Thompson or from he got drafted, or I think he was either undrafted from Miami, but yeah, he was the backup in Skylar Thompson or something like that.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I said he went from uh, a really decent defensive division now to a strong defensive division. So,
Mhm.
and then plus what Roger is saying in the media and all that circus and that was going on. Oh, they got Will Howard. That's right. They got
Oh
Will
yeah,
Howard.
Will
Yeah, I
Howard.
forgot about that guy. That man, we could have picked up. We did, but yeah. So he's in a stronger defensive division now. So we'll see how he stands up. So it's Baltimore's division. Steelers could do something. They could not. Cleveland, I don't know. Cleveland is don't know what's happening over there. And
Yeah.
yeah, like you said, Frank, AFC North is Baltimore. Maybe Cincinnati can't stay the picture. Definitely not Cleveland. Cincinnati's another one. They having cap problems keeping their players. So see how that turns out.
We'll tell him.
Because
We'll take Joe. We'll
their two
figure out.
top, their two top defensive players haven't signed yet.
Mhm.
So well, they're sitting
We'll
out.
tell him sign them, and we'll take Joe. How about that? We'll take Joe. We'll take Joe off your hands. You just sign those defensive players.
That's how
Easy.
we got Pratt because they let some people go because we can't afford them. That's how we got Pratt.
Mhm.
We'll take them. Anybody else you want to get rid of, we'll take them too. On that
Yeah.
defense.
Hey, so with Houston, the Texans, do they have Joe Mixon and what's his name from Cleveland? The Chubbs? Because this,
Yeah,
if they do, that's crazy.
I know they got Chubbs. I don't know if Mixon's still on the team. I have to look
Yeah, I
it
was
up.
like, because they had Mixon last year. I'm like, bro, if they have him and Chubbs, that is an insane two-man combo.
What was that? East Coast. Then Henderson is the cap issue. Shamar Stewart's issues has nothing to do with money. Yeah, but it's still an issue there, regardless of money or not. You know,
Mhm.
I know what you're saying. Yeah, Joe Mixon and Chubb. Yeah, they still got Joe Mixon.
That is nuts. That's one of the best, two running back. Because I like Joe Mixon and I like Chubbs, and I just think that's crazy because Joe Mixon runs hard too. So
If
imagine
Chubbs, if Chubbs can stay healthy,
you get no break with those two. That's what I'm
if
saying.
Chubb,
Like you
if
hoping
Chubbs
for
can
the
stay
third.
healthy, you got to
You
stay healthy.
yeah, that too.
Yeah, so you can be good as you want to, but if you can't play, you're no good to us.
That's crazy though. Because their wide receiver court, they just started adding hella wide receivers in the draft too. They got both of the ones from Ohio. Oh no, I mean not
Iowa
Ohio.
State,
Yeah,
yeah,
from Iowa State.
he did.
I'm like, and then they got what's his name? The one that we were Savion. They got Savion. What is that his name?
That's the guy I wanted. Savion wins with TCU.
Yeah, it was somebody they got. There was one of the big receivers, and they got his ass too. I'm like, damn.
Yeah, they love them receivers.
Yeah, so that Houston team is going to be one to watch. You know what I mean? That is going to be nuts. Like to
Yeah,
see, with shout to CJ Stroud. I want to see him do well too, just not against us, but that team is slowly stacking up.
Donnie, I know he's been healthy most of his career, but when you get as a running back, you know how it is when you get those knee tears or ACLs and all that stuff,
Mhm.
kind of hinders that. So I'd say if he stays healthy, you don't get hurt. That'd be a great tandem if he stays healthy. Yeah, but that goes for everybody. But I know what you're saying.
Yeah, he's a tough kid. Like,
He
yeah,
was a tough guy.
yeah, I picture him back before because I mean he when we had those battles. I don't know if you remember those battles with the Browns, and we would it'd be like 40-42 or those big, it'd be those high scoring ass back and forth back when Baker was there. And yeah, like Chubbs was a monster. And it was just like if he had a second running back, I think they would have been good because they would just kind of feed him, and then all we would do is just stack up against him. But if they gave him a second running back to kind of take that load, I think they would have been a lot more better.
Well, now they got Joe Mixon, so he won't be the cowbell, so he can he have to run every play, so they'll do good.
Yeah.
So I think Houston, South, that's their division. They should be able to run away with it. Oh, Steve, went to the Packers. Okay,
yeah, he went to the
Packers somewhere because I want him Savion Williams, but he went to the Packers. Thanks, East Coast. So I like what Dante East Coast Gridiron Center because he can give us some news, man. He's great. You guys ever check the show out? Anybody on the channel? I know most of you guys have, but make sure to subscribe to East Coast Gridiron and watch his tapes and everything else. He does a real good job. Real good job. Thanks, East Coast. Appreciate it.
Yeah, that's right. Because they got Green Bay got Golden and Savion. That's what it was. It was like I know there was a dope ass pairing because I wanted Golden from the beginning. He was one of the ones that I wanted us to get.
Yeah, I wanted the big receivers. I wanted some big guys.
Yeah, I just liked it. I hear that Thornton is shining in camp.
If you want to, East Coast, put the link in the chat so everybody can see it. You can go in.
Yeah, definitely.
You always, each time you come in, you can always put your link in. We got my chat, put it up so everybody can see. Appreciate it.
East Coast, what's your team too?
These are Jaguars.
Oh, Jags. Okay.
Yeah.
So you're happy about getting what's his name?
Travis.
Yeah, Travis Hunter.
Yeah, put your link in the chat for me, so everybody can subscribe. But anyway, so that's the Titans. Jaguars. I don't know what they're gonna do, but maybe there'll be a runner-up. Colts, like they took a step back because they don't know what they're gonna do. And what's the division? Colts, Jaguars, Texans.
Colts, Jags, Texans, and the
Tennessee Titans.
Titans. Yeah, Titans.
That's the thing that scares me a lot. I don't know. It's just one of them teams that scares me when we play them.
Wait, Texans?
Yeah, Titans.
Yeah. Oh, I'm not really too worried because they don't really have.
That's what scares me.
Yeah, we're solid. Like, because we're solid in quarterback position. They just got right.
That's what scares me because the teams that we should be on paper, we don't.
Yeah, but
the last 2 years, I mean, might be different this year. Hopefully, going forward,
this is gonna be different.
There you go.
Appreciate you.
This one of the teams like on paper we should beat them. But then we get there, we get our butts kicked. Like on paper, we should beat Carolina Panthers last year. But what happened? We got mocked by, we got dusted by him. But that was then. Different coaching, different everything else. But this now, so I'm still worried until we get over that hump of like, why can't beat this team we should beat every time? That's what I'm worried about.
Yeah, somebody's got to win that division. That's the cool part about it. Somebody has to win it.
It'll be a Texans, I think, will win that division, hands down.
Yeah. But that leaves more room for the AFC West, though, because if not a lot of teams are good in that division, then that'll give us an extra playoff spot in our division, hopefully.
Well, so you count them. Okay, so let's count division winners, not count the AFC West. We're gonna leave it out the picture. So you got the Bills. That's 1. 2 was beat Baltimore. 2, right?
Mm-hmm.
3rd will be Texans. So that's 3 division winners right there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that leaves wild cards. Who else in the AFC East is going to be a wild card?
Let's see. Oh, you said AFC East.
Yeah, what about divisions? Because we got the Bills.
Let's say Dolphins. Let's say the Dolphins are gonna. Because I don't believe in the Patriots. I really don't. Like everyone's kind of hyping them up, but last time I checked, they were close to the draft with us.
Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken.
So that's Dolphins. They might not even make the playoffs. Let's put it that way. Yeah. So nobody in the division but the Bills make the playoffs. So you still got 4 open spots. In the North, you got the Baltimore to win the division. Steelers somehow always making the playoffs regardless.
Yeah.
So that's another one. So there's 3 wild cards left.
Yeah. We can give one to us, of course. We'll get that
No,
division.
not kind of West.
We
I'm
getting
kind
that
of
division. Yeah, I say Buffalo just until because I even see Buffalo kind of taking a step back. You know what I mean? Because they didn't do really a lot in the wide receiver, area last year. They kind of tried to finesse it and try to, make something, but it was trash. But I just see Miami because of just kind of what they're doing. They have young pieces and stuff like that. They can, I feel like they have really more of a shot. We'll see. Well, we'll see at the end of the day. I think Miami will be a little bit better than the Patriots and them for sure. That is if Tua stays upright.
Yeah, that's the key factor. As long as you don't get freaking creamed, man, and you get knocked out. Okay. You say Miami?
Yeah, I say Buffalo, Miami, but I still see Buffalo taking a step back. I don't see them.
I think they still win the division regardless.
Yeah.
I don't see any competition there. Jets, I don't know. They did some good moves, but just they have a good defense. And Justin Fields there, so that second place in the division is up for grabs for Buffalo, Patriots, and Jets. That's up for grabs. So
Right.
we'll see. Then you got, like I said, the North. You got Baltimore, and then more likely Pittsburgh, because they always seem sneaking there. Because the Browns, I don't know what they're doing.
Yeah.
Cincinnati might sneak up in there if they get the contracts. They already got to get it right.
Yeah, they don't have they didn't build. I feel like the offense it used to be the strong suit, and then now it's kind of shifted because they put money. Now they have to put money into people. So, with the whole, we'll see. Like I was gonna say, because the running game, they had Joe Mixon, which made it a damn good running game. But see, now it's kind of been, I think it was Zach, what's his name? Zach Moss. It was Zach Moss last year. And I don't know. We'll see what they do, but yeah, I just don't. I really literally just see it being Baltimore and Pittsburgh really being the ones to be the ones for that division.
See, East Coast said Bills have Keenan Coleman, Elijah Moore, Khalil Shakur, Joshua Palmer, Dalton Kincaid. Oh, they got receivers. Yeah. Okay.
Oh, so that's where Elijah Moore went. I didn't know he got.
Elijah Moore went there. Yeah. So they got receivers. So they're not hurting for receivers. They got a decent running game. I don't see anybody beating Buffalo in that division at all. I don't see it. I don't see anybody getting a run for their money. But, division matches, teams always split or something happens. But as far as winning the division outright, that goes to Buffalo hands down.
Yeah. I just see them kind of starting to figure Josh Allen out by now. You know what I mean? That's where, because, it's kind of him being a two-way player has been the difference. You know what I mean? And I just figure like someone's eventually going to figure him out. Someone's going to set the blueprint and stop him, because usually they don't really kind of run into problems until they get into the Chiefs.
Yeah.
And that's where they're really exposed.
Yeah, Cincinnati has Chase and the other guys. So, yeah, they got 2 receivers that's out of this world. That's a thing. But remember, Cincinnati's defense was horrific last year.
Yeah, that's what it is. And the line is
I thought the guy was hurt.
Yeah.
Was he hurt? No. But anyway, the defense wasn't that good this year, so that's one thing they got to worry about.
Yeah.
Hey, Ray Love, welcome to the show, man. Appreciate it. Thanks for dropping by.
And they should be building that line to protect Joe, man. Like, it's because he is the engine that'll push, so I feel like they need to protect, and that'll open up for the run game.
That's why Chiefs didn't want to play him last year, because they scared Joe Burrow. They said kryptonite.
Joe's a dog.
Yeah, Ray Love. Welcome, brother Raiders. So that leaves us with just the AFC West.
Mm-hmm. I just see us and the Chiefs. That's it.
Chiefs are going down this year.
Yeah. That's it.
I
I
don't
just
see it. Chiefs probably win the division barely.
mhm,
I'm thinking Chiefs. Everybody now know what they do. I mean, the Andy Reid is an offensive genius. Can't pass that up. But there's only so many plays you can create in the NFL. I don't think they're. I tell you like this. Last year's Chiefs was a defense ran team because the defense kept in a lot of games. The
mhm,
defense didn't get any weaker. They might improve a little bit, but they still beatable.
mhm.
They still, like I said, we should have won that game last year. You know, the Bills should have beaten the playoffs. I don't know what they were thinking about.
Yeah.
We know what the Eagles did, but you know,
And
I
that I didn't want them to even make it to the game to the Super Bowl. I wanted them to lose right before it, but that was even sweeter because for them that was heartbreak. You're there, you get to watch all the confetti fall, green and white or whatever it is. But yeah,
you said Tennessee like a playoff team.
which one? What Tennessee?
Frank Weber said Tennessee Titans a playoff team.
Like the college? No, just kidding.
Oh no, I don't know. I haven't seen them on the field, but they did get Cam Ward, so
Yeah,
let's see. I don't know what their needs were because, like I said, I only follow the Raiders, but I don't know what their needs were. What else they got? Maybe I'll do another. Maybe I'll do a live and look at each team got compared to what we have. But
yeah,
I don't know. I can. Well, I don't think they'll beat the Texans out.
yeah. I think the Texans probably will get that division, but yeah, Buffalo, Baltimore. And they're going to eventually figure out Lamar Jackson, too. That's the thing. A lot of these teams that are on top right now, they've been on top for, quite a while and just haven't done anything. Like Buffalo, Baltimore, teams like that. And eventually we're going to catch up, and I think
Well,
it starts now.
the old saying is that if it's not broke, don't fix it.
Mhm.
So what they did worked, but didn't work well enough to get them over the top. So they might tweak it a little bit better now.
Mhm.
So Baltimore's always going to be Baltimore. Bills are always going to be Bills. But maybe they probably tweaked it more this season and said, well, we're lacking. And they might have fixed that. And we'll see.
Mhm.
Chiefs have Rice coming back. Pacheco's going to be healthy. Drafted a top 5 wide receiver, Jalen Royals. Yeah, they got Royals. I'm like,
Yeah. I love
well,
that.
we'll see. Josh
Mhm.
Simmons. I didn't say
Mhm.
they're step back, but they're easy. They look when they more look. They don't look invincible anymore. They don't look
Yeah.
like that team that just steamrolls everybody else. You know, they got better. So the other teams got better too. So there's that. So I
Yeah.
don't think they're gonna steamroll like they used to a couple of years ago. Not this last season, but season before that, where they just ran through people.
Yeah. And then have a rhythm again. You know what I mean? To get where it's not inconsistent, where we're actually doing what we need to do. So that's why ain't gonna be no fooling around on offense, doing no crazy trick plays that look stupid. It's gonna be, everyone's gonna be handling their business. We're not gonna be telling teams what we're gonna do. We're just gonna do it.
Yeah, Pittsburgh going out there texting everybody, "Hey guys, this is what we're doing tomorrow for the football game." Like,
Yeah,
dude, shut up. The
yeah,
South seems hardest to anticipate. It's kind of sort of the team, the division. I don't know what's going to happen is the NFC North. That's going to be crazy.
NFC North. Yeah, that's gonna be a wild one too. But I'll tell you, the Bears gonna take a step back. All that hype.
I don't know. They might not. Yeah, you're right. You're right. Nante. They won't steamroll because your division and the Chargers, the Broncos get a hell lot better, and you're playing the teams that really improve. Yeah, and we got a lot better too. I mean, everything looking good, so they won't steamroll like they used to. They probably win the division. We're unlikely. I wouldn't put it past that. But I say it won't be easy task. They might have to damn, it might come down to the last 2 games for us to win the division. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
If we don't win this, then we're tired or something might happen. I don't think they're going to steamroll. This is the most improved that every team in the NFL has been. I think teams are getting smarter now. They're getting the right people. Some teams are, not all of them, but some teams are getting smarter.
Yeah, it's the preseason games coming up. I can't, I want to see just because I mean, not for not for wins and losses and stuff like that, but just to see how I want to see how they do it. Are they going to play the quarterbacks? Are they going to play the starters? You know what I mean? A little bit more because I kind of didn't like that how we didn't play our quarterbacks. Just to get that rhythm because that's what preseason I believe is for. You can't play scared. You have to play to prepare to get better. You know what I'm saying? To get the timing off so you can shake off the rust by the time the real season starts. You know what I mean? I feel like we've got off to some slow starts these last couple of years for that reason.
Well, preseason games, we got who we got?
Niners, the Cowboys, and the Cardinals.
Got the Cowboys in preseason? No, we
Hold
don't.
on.
We have the Cardinals.
Am I tripping? The Cardinals?
We got the Seahawks, the 49ers, and Cardinals.
Oh, Seahawks. I'm tripping. I said Cowboys.
Yeah. It depends on, they play stars probably a little bit, sprinkle here and sprinkle them there. But, man, this is audition for us, guys. So, preseason basically audition because we just had 4, now we got 3. Usually, the fourth preseason game back in the day, they put the stars in for a quarter or 2 to get them ready. Now they only have 3. So one of those preseason games gonna be an audition.
Well, I feel like that first drive because you don't get the speed of the game until like I'll say maybe third drive, maybe hopefully, But I just feel like we need more. Well, I don't fear that because I know Pete's gonna ramp it up. He's gonna have them ready.
Yeah,
we will be ready. So
be prepared for that. And then people say, "Well, I'm scared Gino gonna get hurt in preseason." That can happen in any game at any given time. He can go out there the first snap of the regular season game and get hurt. No, not what he don't. Yeah. But you gotta be ready, prepared for it. You got football shape because training camp is training camp. It's not full speed. They're not hitting each other like they want to take their head off. You gotta get ready for that football collision that's going to happen in the regular season.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't do that. So like they were scared. Like if we put Minshew out there to get hurt, they'll go our season. Well, shit, they'll go our season because you started them anyway.
Yeah, because remember we were supposed to get off to a fast start. With Minshew was going to be the best possible fast start.
Yeah, we got to a fast start of losing. Yeah, we're gonna count that, but other than that. But Minshew was Minshew. We can't blame everything on him as a quarterback. He'd probably take a blunt of it, but it wasn't all him. We had no running game. We had no who. Colt Miller was hurt most of the preseason, training camp, all that stuff. Mm-hmm. He didn't come to form till later in the season. We know what was going on in the middle of the field. Andre James was not the best center. There's a lot of things in there. We had no running back. The offensive play calling was the worst I've ever seen. I go watch Pop Warner football. They call better plays than Getsy did. God dang. Mm-hmm. You're predictable. Run on first, 1 yard. Run on second now. Holding. Oh shit. Now it's second 20. Mm-hmm. All right. Run again. Get 2 yards. Now it's 3rd and 18. What we gotta do? We have to pass. Oh no.
Screen pass.
Getsy was the smartest offensive coordinator ever. He said, "You know what? We'll do a draw play."
Mm. They'll never see that coming.
No, they'll never guess we're gonna do that. Yeah, sure. Yeah, then we gain 1 yard, got a punt. Anytime you see your punter have more playing time than your offensive receiver, there's something wrong.
Yeah.
Jeez. But that's gonna be better. Chip Kelly's gonna design plays, so like I said, it's not gonna be predictable. You got a lot of weapons to work with. We got speed, we got height, we got physicality. We got hopefully have a running game. Our blocking should be better. So if we go 2-1 before we play, who we play? Commanders.
Yeah, Commanders. Yeah.
I'll be happy with that because that's the game that on paper they're supposed to beat us, but you never know. We go there 2-1, so they beat us. So we're 2-2 still. So we're doing all right. We're doing okay. We're not. There's only 4 games a season. We still have 13 more games to go. So it's not like that we're out of the playoffs. We're 2-2. We're out of the playoffs now. 0-4. That's gonna be a hard hill to climb. Hard hill to climb.
I don't see that happening.
It could. Last year it could have.
We're going 3-0, starting off playoff prize.
There we go. Last year we were lucky to be the Colts because the Ravens, because the Ravens always start slow. They never start fast. They always start slow and then boom, that season they've been rolling. So we caught them at a good time. So barely won that game. I mean, get our butts whipped by who? On paper, should have beat them. Home opener.
Yeah, we actually have a quarterback now. Not somebody that's going to throw it sideways or throw it over, throw it to the opposite side. We actually have a real quarterback.
Overthrowing, underthrowing, and getting people hurt.
Yeah.
Because there's one player that's going to do really good this year. That's going to be Trey Tucker.
I hope so.
No, because if you watch some film where he's getting the ball deep, he beat the DB straight off the line of scrimmage. He was just faster than him. Mm-hmm. I forgot what game that was. He was 4 or 5 yards ahead of him, open. Then you throw the ball to him. What Tucker got to do? Damn near stop and wait for the ball to get there. Damn near stop. By then, the safeties and everybody else already caught up to him. Geno Smith has a strong arm, so with Trey Tucker, you got to lead him the ball. You got to throw the ball in front of him, let him catch up to the ball in full stride. You can't let him sit there and wait because he'll get clobbered. And plus, the safety and the DBs were bigger than him, so he's back the ball.
Yeah. I'll take it a step further. You can't have a noodle arm quarterback that can't get him, you know what I mean? Get him the ball because we're expecting too much.
No, Minshew wasn't a deep threat quarterback at all. Not by anything.
Mm-mm. Yeah. So Geno, I think, has a sharper arm, crisp.
They say he's more accurate throwing the ball 25 yards plus. He's more accurate that way. So he's not a short passer. He's more accurate at 25 yards down the field. Like, I'll take that any day.
Yeah.
What Al Davis wanted, he wanted those deep threat, those deep, big time, big arm quarterbacks. That's why he drafted Jamarcus Russell like it. Yeah. We won't go to that. But yeah, he got the big arms.
McDaniels versus Chip Kelly, game 1. He's his first year back with them, and then Chip Kelly's first year back with us.
First year with us, yeah.
Yeah, he's with us.
Well,
and then
Chip Kelly's back in NFL again, so where you want to be.
Yeah, so it's going to be some elements of surprise because the first game you don't know what to expect from either side, because if you look at the best of what we did last year, it was probably short film, and then if you're looking at what they did well, they did some things bad too, and then they're going through changes too. They're going through the coaching changes, so it's not going to be pretty for them too. So that's what I say. We got to just step on their neck. Because it's
that's right. Anytime Purple comes to the building, I gave him a shout out because he always at work. I know he's working today, but Raiders, welcome Purple. Thanks for coming in, brother. Anytime Purple comes in, I got to say because he always on break and he jumps in, so he's dedicated. Thanks, Purple.
No, we appreciate Furbo, man. Furbo, we still putting that petition out, man, so we can get you a day off sometime.
Yeah, day off yesterday, I think. Was it yesterday?
Come on, man, stop it. That man works. that man works 8 days a week.
Seems like it. Yeah. Hardest working man in the chat.
36 hours a day.
Thanks for coming in, brother. Appreciate you. Yeah, well, they took half our defense. Shit, so we must have been good defense. They took half of paying all that money.
Isn't that crazy? We get to see our old core against our new core and see who does it better.
Yeah. They stole our one of our best coaches we ever had in McDummy. So they stole him. No, they didn't.
That's the only thing. That's the only thing we'll be grateful to them for. Taking that doofus away.
Yeah, offensive coordinator. People say he was a good offensive coordinator, and I say, was he?
Yeah.
Looking back at what they had when he was offensive coordinator, the Patriots had a good defense, very good defense. They had Tom Brady and some and Gronkowski and all the man, the other guy, I forgot his name.
Randy
They had
Moss.
those guys,
Yeah.
so it was easy to make calls. You know, when your defense is stopping another team, man, you just run this, run that. Yeah, let's see what he does in without Brady. We saw what he done here without Brady or Gronkowski or none of that.
And I remember the conversation. Remember when Spillane first came, because we had just got rid of somebody else, and then people were like, "Oh, we got him for he was a backup for blah blah blah," like, and then nobody was really high on Spillane when he first came too. So
yeah. No, because he can't cover, he can't do this and that. Yeah, well, he improved when he got here.
Yeah,
that's why he can pay the big bucks. Like I said, I don't know the Raiders offer him a contract or not, but Patriots offer more money. So what you gonna do? He's a new fatty man. He just had a new kid, all that stuff. So what's he gonna do? He's gonna take the money. There's loyalty. There's no loyalty in the NFL. It's all about that paycheck.
Yeah.
To 99% of these guys. Some players, I want to stay at the Raiders forever. Do you? In your career?
Can you do it for
$2 million? You want to get paid?
Can you do it for $2 million a season? They'd be like, nah. $2 million a season.
This team offered me $12 million. I'm going. I love the Raiders. I've always been rare, but I'm going. Dude, they offered me 12. You guys offering 2. I'm leaving. That's the nature of the game. That's the nature of the business, dude. Like you said, you have a job. You've been you had your job for what? 4 years, 4 or 5 years. You're comfortable. You're happy. The co-workers, your boss, everything's great. But then another job that do the exact same thing and like I said, pilferage you and say, how much you making? You making $50,000 a year? We'll pay you $65,000. Well, job be nice. Work guys 5 years. I'll see you later.
I just want to thank the fans and the organization and the ownership.
I don't think guys, man, it's been a great 5 years, but
yeah. Like I'm pretty sure you guys will be all right without me.
Yeah,
that this is bigger than me, and I know that I'm leaving you guys in good hands.
It's from 50,000 to 65. I think that's a big reason to leave. So
that's
that's the nature of sports. That's any sports. I mean, not even football, but all sports. A team off your contract, you got to go.
Would I be dumb if it was the rival though? Like
that would hurt.
Like the Broncos offering, like, you know what I mean? Like
that would hurt.
I couldn't do that though. I don't think I would just do that. Just have faith in myself. Like, no, there has to be better. I can't do that with my life.
Because it's one thing we don't do. We don't trade with our division. We don't trade players with our division.
Yeah,
don't care how much they offer. We don't do that. Because it's not gonna make them. Why should we make them better?
Yeah.
Other teams can deal with it. We're gonna play. Might never have to play you for 4 more years. But the division, we have to play you twice a year every year. So I'm not making you better.
Yeah, as bad as we were, I still wanted us to beat the Chiefs. You know what I'm saying? Like, as bad as that shit show was, I still felt we could beat, we should have kicked that damn field goal.
Yeah, but good thing we did, because then when they got Genty.
That is true.
Although I really didn't want to trade, but I said, well, you know what? Fine, we got them. Let's use them. Mm-hmm. And we still didn't trade anyway and got more picks. We started with 9, got 11. So it worked out.
Yeah, I'm happy how it turned out. We got everything we asked for. We got a running back, quarterback, 2 wide receivers, some line help.
Yep.
Linebackers galore. Best running back in the draft. I didn't say that. We got hard hitting safety. We still got to figure this free safety situation out. But for the most part, we've got a coach, we've got an offensive coordinator, we kept our defensive coordinator, which let that one sink in for a little bit.
Yeah, Pete told him, "No, you're coming back."
He said,
Like I mentioned before, because before AP got fired, they offer Patrick Graham an extension. I don't know how much it was worth. There's still no news on that. He said, "Nah, I'm good."
Mhm.
Pete Carroll come in the building with Patrick Graham, said, "Hey, I want you to stay." What do you do? Sign an extension. Because Pete Carroll recognized good defensive coordinators. And he's going to make Patrick Graham a better defensive coordinator, like the guy that's the head coach of the Commanders. He was under Pete Carroll. Now he's a head coach. And Patrick Graham see that chance that if I get this defense with Pete Carroll get working so good, my chances of being the head coach for another team just got better. He saw he done with the head coach for the Commanders. But he can do the same for me. That's why he signed an extension. Chip Kelly's here, same reason. He was he was a good head coach when he first came to Philadelphia Eagles because it was different offense. But I don't know, it was players or whatever happened there. Went to 49ers, that was a crap show. They fired him, went back to college. Coach for UCLA did pretty good there. Then went to Ohio State as offensive coordinator. So he's looking like, because the Raiders did contact him when they was trying to find an offensive coordinator for the guy Getzy. He didn't answer the phone. He said, nope. Now, working under Pete Carroll, he know that his chances are better to be a next head coach, either the Raiders or another team. Because every offensive coordinator, defense coordinators, their primary goal is to be a head coach somewhere in this league. That's their primary goal. There's no offensive coordinator that say anything different. I don't think there is. If there is, somebody name him. Because if you're a defense coordinator, basically you're assistant. You don't be assistant boss. You want to be the boss. So that's why Patrick Graham stayed. That's why Chip Kelly came. Because they know Pete Carroll's how he does things, how he runs things. Because Pete Carroll is not one of those guys that say, do as I say. He let the defensive coordinator be the defensive coordinator. He let the offensive coordinators be the offensive coordinator. Although he has final say, he'll probably go Patrick Graham. Give me 2 defensive calls. Okay, Patrick Graham said, and won't we run this? Hey, Sula, Fred, how you doing? And same thing with Chip Kelly. Chip Kelly said, he probably said, Chip, give me 3 offensive calls. All right, run that one. Okay, boom. He let them coordinate. That's why these guys are here, because of Pete Carroll. You okay, bro?
Oh, yeah. I was like, oh, you was cooking. Yeah, just yeah, we gotta definitely get our league back with them Broncos for sure, because that's where it's gonna start too. Just dominating what we need to do, but they're getting better too, so it ain't gonna be easy. But
well, like Nate said, a lot of these teams in the NFL did better. This draft and everything else going on, a lot of teams improved themselves. Some more than others, but it's still, it's going to be an interesting football season because we don't know who's going to do what, who's going to come out the gates, who's going to beat the teams that need to be beaten. So it's going to be interesting.
I must say, Green Bay and Houston, I'm gonna say they were because they got Higgins, which I think will be a beast and a go-to for Stroud. And I just like the combo of Golden and Savion Williams, because that was someone that was on our radar. And then for them to get both, I think it's crazy. So
the steal for the draft for us, I think, was Thornton, the receiver. I didn't think it would go that low. Thornton.
Yeah. Oh, for us, for us.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. That was nice.
Yeah, I didn't think it'll drop that low because it was all the hype about the guy from the Iowa guys and Golden and all that stuff. We
Mm-hmm.
could have got them, but we got Thornton. Or I don't know. I don't think we got a chance on that first guy. I don't know. I got him in a draft order, but Thornton was a guy that they wanted.
Yeah, I remember they were talking about him late before the draft, started and everything, and then we landed him.
Yeah, I'm not mad at that. The important was I don't think it was a steal, but he was there. Although he played wide receiver most of his career in college and stuff, they didn't move the cornerback, and he had a good year, and the guy can tackle.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, he know wide receivers, their routes, and all that good stuff. But that's gonna be interesting. What plays out because they say all the guys look good in camp, but they say that every year.
Yeah.
The one thing I want to touch bases on is the Dylan Lobby. What they doing with him? He's not in a running back room anymore.
Damn.
He's in a special team room now.
Oh, perfect. That's
As
perfect.
a punt return kicker, as a kick return.
Oh,
Return. Him and Mallet, whatever his name is, Mallet or Millet, they're fighting for that position.
oh, yeah.
So that's good too. Both of you guys are fast and shifty.
Damn. Yeah, I don't know if I want him. Well, just until he, hopefully his fumbling problems are behind him, because that's definitely not what we need. Like, we get the ball back, or just say someone scores and then we get the ball back, he fumbles, then it's, we need somebody to secure. Because I even like having Trey Tucker as the guy, because at least he secures the ball.
Well, he's not shifty. He's more just straight speed, straight inline speed. So he cuts a lot, but he's not shifty as these guys are. But one thing, special teams that some guys come to the NFL as a starter, say linebacker for other team. They don't quite make the cut, but they go special teams, and 2-3 years down the line, then they become a starter. This will help Dylan Lobby help secure that ball, catching the ball, holding on to it, playing special teams. So maybe in 2 years down the line, 3 years, he might become a good running back because now you know how to secure the ball. You know how the NFL hits because he came from a D2 or D3. Ooh, I got hiccups. A D2 or D3 school. Those guys didn't hit like they did in D1 college. Oh my God, hiccups. Those guys didn't hit like they did D1 college. D1 hits harder. So because the NFL get hit by professional grown ass men.
Yeah.
It's gonna be hard. So playing special teams, catching the ball on punts or kickoff returns, absorbing that hit. So we'll see.
Yeah.
I like Dylan Lobby. Hope he stays on the team. Maybe he could be that return guy that we don't have anymore, that we used to have. Or Malik could be that guy too. So we'll see.
Yeah, he did break that. He did break a return last year too, and it was kind of redemption too because it was after the fumble. So that was technically his last, encounter with the ball was that return. So
yeah, he had a good return at one time, but
yeah,
well, like I said, this coaching staff is shaking things up. They're moving things around. They're seeing because Pete Carroll's gonna put the best player in the best position. Chip Kelly gonna have the offense use their skill sets. Like I said, Sabrina White might have a good year.
Mm-hmm.
If he don't, no loss. If he does, great. If he don't, bye. Chip Kelly gonna make sure what are you good at? You're good running straight ahead. Go we design play for you.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. We design a couple plays for you. You're not gonna be the cowbell back anymore. We got two guys to do that. You're our fourth option.
Yeah.
But they said we are 6 weeks, 5 weeks away from training camp, and then we got to play who?
The first is it Seahawks?
Oh, scrimmage. We're playing the 49ers, and we're scrimmaging against 49ers.
Oh, nice. That's gonna be good too because they got solid back, so we could kind of see some of their schemes and see kind of what they do, on defense. Kind of just learn. I feel like every time you play those scrimmages, you should take something away from those. You know what I'm saying? Like add a little sprinkle a little bit of that, because I'm pretty sure they're gonna, if we're doing something good enough, they're gonna sprinkle a little of what we do too. Like, oh damn, I never thought of that. You know what I'm
And
saying?
that was AP's mistake last year. He didn't do that.
Mm-hmm.
This your first year being an actual head coach, scrimmage, so you can get the feel for what's going on. He didn't do that. He went out to sunny California, the beach, to be cool. Yeah, that's fine. And we couldn't have our fans out there to watch. Okay, well, why do it? Why do it?
Well, it worked. You got 4 wins out of it. Yeah, so
Barely.
barely 2. Should have had
Yeah,
2.
the last 2 games we won because the other teams didn't want to play because they want a high draft picks too. So
Jags didn't want it. They were like, "Nah, we're all right. We're cool."
New Orleans definitely won. We watched play like Jesus Christ, New Orleans. You could win this game, but they didn't want it.
They're like, "No, you take it. No, you take it. No, you. No.
They want higher draft picks. They knew Carr. They want to get a quarterback, and they did. They got that snout guy. Wherever they still.
Oh yeah.
They knew what they were doing. They wasn't even trying to win that game. You can see them feel like, what are they doing?
They were waiting for us to like take it. They're like, "Come on, man."
They're like, yeah, we'll get the ball at the 5-yard line and go good touchdown. Oh, we don't want to do that. We're gonna fumble right quick. You guys pick it up.
Yeah.
Yeah. So low-key Zamir and Lobby could be on the chopping block. Possibly. I think Zamir more than Lobby because they're gonna use him as special teams, I think. Because it's the second year. So they're gonna probably give him a shot because, like I said, if he can hold on to the ball, he's pretty fast and pretty shifty. Because they had a what's his name? Genty out there catching kickoffs. I said no.
Yeah, I seen that too. I didn't like that either.
No, don't use them for that. No.
Yeah,
they just trying different things. You know how they do.
Yeah, that's yeah. Who would be your return guy though? Like, say not Lobby, not Zamir. Who would you have returning kicks?
Zamir returning kicks? No, never. Lobby, Mallet, one of those 2 guys. No, Zamir came and return kicks. The dude came and catch a ball at the backfield. So no, nah.
I would about Renfro and just to return kicks.
Nah, he's in a good place. I'm happy for Renfro. He's in a good place. He's back home in North Carolina, or so he's back home. I'm happy for him. Good place for him.
Yeah, definitely. Darius Davis and Rocket
that's a good question. Look at their roster right quick.
For Carolina?
No, I don't care about Carolina. The Raiders,
oh, for sure.
I don't care what they got. I was saying Renfro's in a good place.
Yeah, he's in a safe place.
He's back home. He's home with his family. He's there.
Him and Bryce Young are the same size, huh?
Pretty much.
Just about. That's probably best friends by now.
Oh, it's gonna help Bryce Young out big time. He's gonna make him. Yeah. Let's see.
My daughter has a signed Renfro helmet too. A rare edition. Exclusive.
I'm trying to see. They had cornerbacks that can do kick returns too, but look at the wide receivers.
Because I'll do that. I'll do it if they need me to, man. All they gotta do is call.
You say that.
I'll
put it out there, man. They might call you.
I'll put my body on the line for a little bit of nothing,
Okay, that's right. I forgot they got Kyle Phillips too. I forgot they signed him first in the early season.
Now that I can see Kyle Phillips, and then say, like you said, Tommy and him.
Yeah, we'll pull it up. Yeah, I can show you. So.
In fact, let me let my cat out the bathroom. I think my cat's in there.
Pull the screen before you leave. Right quick. What the hell? Oh, here it is. squeak. Yeah, pull that screen up. We just go through it. Can you see it?
A little bit. Let me see if I can blow it up.
I think I got to do it.
Oh, okay.
That better?
Yeah.
They're too big now.
Yeah.
It's a wide receivers. A lot of them. I don't think that guy gonna make it. Alex Beckman. I don't think he's gonna make the team.
He's banged up, I think, right now.
Man, I don't know if he's gonna make the team or not. He was whining, crying. He get the ball last year. Well, you got to catch the ball and hold on to it, dude.
We're like, bro, who are you? Alex Beckman, who are you?
I don't know where he came from. Wake Forest. Yeah. Yeah. Space.
Yeah, he's mad.
He got bets. He's not going to return kicks.
Yeah.
This guy, Franklin.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I haven't seen. I got to look him up too. I don't remember him. But I heard he was pretty decent, but I don't hear too much about him training camp.
Mm.
Ketron Jackson from Baylor. Now, I heard about him. He might be surprised too.
Okay.
You got Cesar Jackson, big kid. You see the trend of these receivers, right? They all was 6'1".
Mm-hmm. 6'6", Colin Johnson.
Yeah, I remember they signed him. He's the tallest receiver in the NFL.
Like that.
I haven't heard too much about him either, but it might be a secret weapon.
Yeah, I'd be moving his ass all around the line, just everywhere.
Yeah, they're red zone. I don't know what his speed is. He played for like 3 different teams already.
Mm-hmm.
This is his 3rd team. Red zone guy. Then there's Mallet. Well, we know we did in college. Touchdown Tommy. 5'11". So I think more likely he'll be a specialist player or special teams.
Yeah, he'll be probably practice squad.
Maybe. Maybe get on the field because he's battling out with Lobby right now.
Oh, yeah, I give it to Tommy probably over Lobby.
Corey Myers, no, he's not going to do that. Kyle Phillips, another interesting story. He could be that guy.
Mm-hmm.
Another 5'11" guy.
He's a slot guy or no? Or is he outside?
I don't know. He played with somebody. I don't know what he is. He's not outside.
Yeah.
I think more of the slot.
Okay.
And
he must have been with Chip at UCLA, huh?
He was. That's why we brought him in.
Okay.
He was a Chip at UCLA his rookie year. And this guy, I don't know. SMU has some good receivers, but the thing is that look at the guys, man. They, 1, 2, 3, 3 guys under 6 feet tall.
Mm-hmm.
Probably be slot guys. And then Trey Tucker's the smallest one of all of them, 5'9". But we know what he can do. No, his thing is speed.
Yeah.
Get down the field quickly. Open it up. So he's the shortest of all receivers. So we got from 5'9" to 6'6" receivers. That's crazy.
Yeah, that is wild.
And that's what I like about it, because now Chip Kelly can like, I got all these guys to work with. Then tight ends, we got Brock Bowers.
And then what's his name too? 6'6". Ishmael. What's another record?
He's a receiving tight end.
That's crazy. We got some
more blocking. And we got running. Got somebody else too. Oh, not just a short. What's that? Yeah, Ian Thomas. He's more of a blocking tight end, but he can catch the ball outfield too.
Yeah, I kind of see him being one of the people we keep too. Ian Thomas.
Yeah, that's what I see. I see him. I don't know how many tight ends we're going to keep. Maybe 4.
Mm-hmm.
But we're cutting Brock Bowers. We're going to cut him. And we're going to cut Michael Mayer. So we're cutting those 2 guys. I'm just kidding.
I know, right? But Bowers has to go.
Yeah, we got to cut Brock Bowers. He's no
unproductive.
Don't do anything. Can't catch the ball. Can't block.
No hustle.
They should put him at special team punt returner. Or whatever. But anyway.
Wouldn't that be crazy?
Brock Bowers.
He'd probably be a beast, though.
Brock Bowers stay, you know that.
Yeah.
I don't know how many they're gonna keep. They keep four. I can see Brock Bowers, Ishmael Quadri, Mike Marion,
I'm keeping him.
Eno
I'm
Thomas.
keeping 6'6" and 6'5". And what's his name? Ian Thomas, Mayer and Bowers. I'm
Yeah.
keeping 4 or 5.
I think they keep four.
Yeah. But then with all our damn running backs, because I was feeling like I would just keep maybe four running backs for now, but then I would keep probably 4 tight ends. You're right, probably 4.
Well, Robert was not that bad because only what Chris Collar 1,
Mm-hmm.
GNT 2, 3, then Lobby 4, McCormick
Most
5. They only got 6 running backs there, so it's not really that much of a choice. You know it's going to be Mozart, Genty,
Sincere.
McCormick. This is final year to stay healthy and do something.
Mm-hmm.
So that's 3 right there. So they gotta keep that many running backs. Samir White is be the 4th one.
Yeah.
Chris Collier, I don't know what he's gonna do. He's one of small school running backs as well. So we'll see what he does. This is 2nd year. So they can keep 4 running backs, put 1 on a practice squad.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like McCormick always on practice squad. So they got room to run with. You know, quarterbacks should probably keep 3.
Mm-hmm.
They'll keep Cam Miller, Aiden O'Connor, and Geno Smith. Carter Bradley, I don't know. Let's see he improves. He might be up too.
Because him and ALC are probably battling, or not ALC. Him and Cam Miller are probably battling right now.
Yeah, they're gonna battle it out.
6'3".
For that 3rd
Carter
spot.
Bradley. What's Cam Miller? 6'1".
6'1". Yeah, they're good height. They're not short. They're not little like a Minshew is, but they got good height.
Aiden 6'3". Geno 6'2".
Yeah. I mean, they're not small. We're not no 5'9" quarterbacks.
Yeah.
So we'll do all right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, I forgot to pick up Jalen Walker.
Yeah.
From in there. But we're gonna do all right. Like I said, what Pete Carroll brought in was actually guys to compete to each other. Pick a team. You know, what can you do? So that's what he did. Like I said, there's no guaranteed starters on Pete Carroll's team. None. We know who's gonna start, but his philosophy is because you played well last year, he's gonna start this year because the guy who brought in plays better than you. He's gonna start. He did that at USC many times. At USC. Did that in Seattle. They got Matt Flynn. Matt Flynn walked in the door like I'm the starter. But who came in there and beat him out? Russell Wilson. So, just because you had your spot last year, don't mean you got a spot this year.
Chris, they want to know what you played in your heyday.
Who, me?
Yeah.
Oh, you?
Well, both of us. They want to know what position we would have went pro in if we had kept going.
Me? I probably not. Because I play a small a sip of a coffee in high school. I didn't play anymore. I played a little Pop Warner, and I played linebacker and fullback when fullback was a thing. That's about it.
Yeah, I was a good old wide receiver, safety, kick returner. Nothing too crazy, but yeah, that's I had those Steve Smith dreams, those Randy Moss dreams, but yeah, it was fun, man. I liked it. Definitely enjoyed it. Wish I had did more. Wish I had went further, but that's for the kids now and the grandkids.
Yeah, sometimes on the cards. Sometimes, But like I said, there are thousands of high schools. There are hundreds and hundreds of colleges. But it's only 32 NFL teams.
Mm-hmm.
So everybody, you have to be top of the top to make it that far. So, you know.
Yeah, I always felt like never believe that, like, never let other people put limits on what you do. Because I used to hear that coming up too. Like, my folks used to always be like, well, you know how rare it is. It's just like winning the
Yeah.
lottery to get in the blah blah blah. Blah. I'm like, I can't listen to that because
No, you can't.
if I listen to that, then I'm gonna believe you and I'm gonna think it's not possible. So that's why I had to tune that out. You kind of have to be your own cheerleader if you will, but just push for what it is, and then let the experience tell you can't do it. You know what I'm saying? Like let the final outcome tell you can't do it, but always go for it. Always try, because you never know until you go. You know?
Yeah, this is the thing. Like, my parents just say, you know what? There's a lot of teams out there, and not everyone makes professional. I understand that. But the one they did tell me said, make sure you have a backup plan. Okay, I see why you're saying that. Because every kid dreams of being an NFL player that likes football. But the main thing is said, yeah, that's fine. You might make it, you might not make it. But if you don't make it, what's your backup plan? That's all they're telling me. So they didn't dash my dreams.
Mhm.
They just gave me a reality check. So that was good. 237, my favorite number. 47, most hated.
Yeah, I
Hate
hate
47.
yeah 40 no jersey numbers, because when I first got to this high school, that was the only number that was decent, but it sucked. But I just didn't like the because of course we want the 24s, the
32,
21, yeah,
32.
like all the and
Yeah,
then of course that was like the last. Cause I got kind of to the school like a little later, so everybody already had the good numbers. But yeah,
I like 47. I was Tyron Wheatley's number. I like Tyron Wheatley. Met him
nice.
in person, yeah. But I like 47. My favorite number is 44 because of my before I played before I became a Raider fan was Chuck Foreman from Minnesota. He was my favorite player at that time before I became a Raider fan. So I like 44. The number I hate the worst,
Mhm.
for some reason, it has to be number 3. I don't
Ooh,
think any NFL plays for at number 3. It just
uh,
don't look right.
Jeff George, sorry, Till.
Yeah, I know. This is a number 3 don't look right for any position except for a punter or a kicker, but it just don't look right. It looks funny. Number
Yeah.
8's good. It's a nice number, but number 3?
Yeah, 44 was cool. And then I think the 47 that I remember was John Lynch. I think that's why I was like, ugh. But
Oh, man.
but I'm not mistaken. But yeah. But yeah, I just, I always like 21, 20, because I had a set number. I had like my lotto numbers were my same football numbers. 3, 5, 7, 21, 23, 24. I think that's 6. And then
38.
and then 31 was my other one. 31 was one of my favorites too. I forgot that one. 31 was cool too. In
Listen,
fact,
why was 38 so scary? What was 38 scary? Because you don't see too many 38s out there.
yeah, let me see. 38, 38, yeah, 38 that I can think of. I can't think of one right now. 38.
Yeah, what was so scary? 38. Because I don't see too many 38s out there.
Oh, he said, yeah. And then that's probably why too, because I think that's what 47. It didn't really, it was no one I could really place it with, like, oh, I'm gonna play like them. Like, because if I had like a 52, of course, the Ray Lewis, you know what I'm saying? 24 or a guy, C Wood.
Yeah. Well, 24 is a rated number that nobody should wear
Yeah.
unless you that guy.
Yeah.
They gave it to Abrams. Like, why?
I was gonna say AI was the only 3 I think that consistently. Yeah, I was gonna say the only 3 really was AI, like you said. Hero. No, it's just shit. I moved around a lot of schools, so shit. I definitely changed jerseys and a lot of numbers. That's when I don't. I just moved. I think what was it, from 5th grade to pretty much life. I moved. I did a different school each, like the following year. Like bam, bam, bam. Moved. You know what I mean? Southern Cal, different places in the East Bay. So just lucky me. I got to learn a lot of different schemes, if you will. But yeah,
I'm looking at who are 38. A lot of old school guys did, but nobody really recent.
yeah.
Jeff Heath, remember him?
Oh yeah.
Calvin Jackson,
Mm-hmm.
Arnie Herbert. He played back in the day, way back in the day. But there not many 38s out there. That's one of the numbers that rarely comes along.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, my daughter's gonna try to be one of the first quarterbacks drafted.
Oh yeah, Nick Bell did wear 38. Sure did. I don't see him on why he's not on the list.
Nick Bell.
I don't see him on the list. George Rogers wore a 38. But like I said, you don't see that many numbers because you get those big numbers, like the 24s, the 32s, those numbers now. And since NFL changed that rules that the wide receivers can wear these numbers now, the single digit numbers, a lot changed. They can wear the number 5 and 6 and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And some line, but I think the offensive line and have to wear a certain group of numbers for some reason. I don't know why.
Yeah. So I got to play against Maurice Jones-Drew. And I got to play against in basketball Tyson Chandler. If you guys remember the center, the 7'7" center, they dog walked us. It was like 76-31. Like
wow.
our tallest player was 6'5", I think he was 6'5", and then their shortest person was like 6'5". You know what I mean? They had guards that were hella big, and then Tyson Chandler. I don't know if Tyson Chandler was our guy, and then we had Marquise Chandler. Like he was our big guy, and man, Tyson Chandler and them were doing like bouncing the ball, doing windmill dunks on. It was embarrassing, but it was cool, that we got to at least play against them. But it was a better game against Maurice Jones-Drew, definitely. Boom. Boom. Let me see.
All right.
Oh, let me see. So my high school years were 97 to 2001. So let me see. The first year I was at Logan for Newark Memorial, then Logan, and then pretty much I went to continuation schools. And what was I think it's the same thing. It was Bridgepoint, but James Logan and Newark Memorial for my high school years. Would have been Castlemont, but I ended up, like I said, kept moving schools. So yeah, I didn't get dunked on, thank God, by Chandler, so it was cool.
Yeah,
and then back then it was crazy because we didn't have like social media and all that. You didn't have unless you were like a superstar, like you had a
we had newspaper.
Yeah, highlights and highlight tapes. And all that.
That's why they take pictures of all the other schools, high school, college, like get the newspaper, get their sports section, and look at the back page for high school reports.
Yeah.
And that was like simple Google search will work for you now.
Yeah, that's what I say. You can pretty much find it all. But yeah, it was good times. But I chose a different lifestyle back then. So, my activities were outside of the school. So, but everybody stay in school, do
stay
good.
In school, stay sharp, always have a backup plan.
And don't smoke crack.
Oh, hell no. And don't give up on your hopes and dreams because one thing that if you give up, everybody else will give up on you too. So keep the dream going. Now, how big or small it is, you never know.
Definitely.
Did MJD play at Bishop or De La Salle?
De La Salle.
De La Salle was a powerhouse.
Yeah, I was gonna say then they're probably still winning. Cause I was gonna say they were winning back in the day. I forgot what the streak was back then, but it was crazy. But when we played them, it was a scrimmage, so we actually tied them. But it was a scrimmage, so it really didn't count towards nothing. But But it was he scored all 3 touchdowns too. It was crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, that's some players come out of school, man. Modern day and all that stuff. Yeah, some players come out, but survive. Certain schools get those players because back in the day when I was going to high school, you couldn't. If you lived in a district, you had to go to that school unless it's a private school. But now these kids are busting out from the district to other schools, and they're allowing it. So they're gonna get the best players. Like my son, I want my son playing at Lawndale High School. I'm gonna go to La Loya. That's 20 miles away. You have to catch the bus, or I think I'll take him because I want to play football at that school. So that's what they do.
Yeah, we always got dominated by the southern teams like LA and all those guys. Like sometimes even the mid, like the not mid, but the mid Cali, like what you call Central Cali. Like we would get, kind of, but it's weird though, because the Bay, like the weather is cool, like you ain't got to worry about temperature, playing and heat and all that kind of stuff. But it seems like other teams would just come hungry because we be, all about the style, how it looks, and all that kind of stuff. But then these other teams come in there hungry, playing faster, playing, look like I felt like more professional. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I used to always take from like when we used to play, because we used to do good around like in our division, stuff like that. But then when we played these teams from like Southern, especially LA, it was just different.
Well, the thing that'll stop is you got the LA schools and then the Orange County schools. And there's always major competition. You got all these kids playing. And so there was a major competition. What's up, Dixon Sider? There was always major competition. So you always had the fastest guys, the biggest guys, the strongest guys. It was just LA County. It was Orange County, Riverside County, San Bernardino County. Those schools were always big. And each county were like, we had the best school in the South because of the CIF Southern section, and they all competed. Orange County had a football team. No. Riverside did. No. San Bernardino. No, LA County did. So it was always that.
I went to adult school out there too in Riverside. That's actually where I achieved my my high school GED at that time. It was like a couple years later, but I guess I was on a delayed path a little bit.
Yeah. All right. I'm seeing like I'm getting sick in here, man. Some reason. I don't know. He had a cold in the summertime with like 98 degrees outside. Like God.
Yeah. No, we got to keep going. I'm checking how many sneezes you do before the episode is over. We're on 76.
Hey, the boy, I can't breathe my nose anymore.
No, for sure. Yeah, I was gonna say anything.
I'm just kidding. I'm just saying I hate. This is the worst time to catch a cold in the middle of summertime. It was already hot and can't breathe, and I really can't breathe because your nose is stuffed up.
I'm like, just another reminder, Chris. I'm in the Bay. We living good out here. It's cool. Got cool breeze. No, I'm just playing. I ain't been out. Have I been outside today? No, yeah, I went to the store today.
Well, it's 98 degrees right now. It's not even. Oh, it is midday. It was 108 yesterday. Day before day first, it was 108. I don't mind to eat. I love to eat. I don't care.
Yes, I see those 76s. I see those 70s.
I think I love the 70s. The weather 72 on up. I love that. But
yeah, I got to come back out there too in a couple weeks.
When it gets 60 below, I hate it. Oh my God, I'm cold.
Yeah, I turn different shades of dark, like a maroon. It depends on how hot and where I'm at, but yeah, I got to go back out there to Bakersfield too in about a couple weeks.
I stay the same shade, so ain't no 50 shades of black for me. It's just the same shade, dark.
Well, I'm like 13 shades of maroon.
I can't wait till next year, Bakersfield. I'm definitely going to go.
Yeah.
By then, I should be. I'm gonna become a member of the Black Coat next week.
Yeah, it's gonna be Geno Smith next year, huh? No.
Nah.
Oh. Damn.
Don't tell him we're gonna be out there. If he's not winning, shoot.
Yeah.
If we start winning a lot of games, when we start winning a lot of games, it'll be hard to get players out there because they got win other shows.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, his boy, what's going on, fella? What's up? What's up? What's up?
It's boy radio.
Hey, sir.
Salute.
Yeah. So, did you ever give me your record prediction yet? Prediction?
I'm thinking.
Okay, I'll tell you what. Let's do this. give me your low end and give me your high end. And when you do your low end, name teams you think we're gonna lose to, and same with the high end.
I bet. So I'm gonna say low end 10-7,
Damn. Okay.
high end 11-6.
That's not that much of a gap, but yeah, okay. So who we lose to those 7 games?
All right, let me see. So we got.
Hey, Rosh, happy Father's Day, brother. Welcome.
Ooh. Okay, I'm gonna say just for a loss. Okay, so I'm gonna say we win at the Patriots, win at the Chargers, we stumble at the Commanders, we beat the Bears, beat the Colts, beat the Titans, stumble at the Chiefs, beat the Jags, beat the Broncos. Hate saying it, but I'm gonna say no. You know what? We beat the Cowboys, beat the Browns. Oh man. We beat the Chargers, beat the Broncos, lose to the Eagles, lose to the Texans, beat the Giants, beat the Chiefs. I don't know if that matched, but
No. Okay. My low is 8-9.
mm,
My high is 10-7.
okay.
So I pretty much had that Patriots win, Chargers must win. Commanders loss. I put schedule so I can do better. But pretty much what you're saying, but the ceiling, which is really one that hopefully that I don't think it'll be achievable, but I want to go 20-0.
Nice.
That means you win a Super Bowl.
Yeah, I feel it. I see Frank. Frank was on the same. You know what I'm saying? He said,
That's what I said. Frank put that up there.
Yeah, 9-8 is the floor. 17-0 is always the ceiling. I know that's right. Yeah, it's 17-0 until we lose. You know.
Yep, aim high. But like I said, I feel confident this team's not going to blow games. I feel confident that the games, if we're in the game towards the end, we can pull it out, not just guessing like, yeah, we're probably going to lose this game. You know, Pete Carroll's a better coach in that because I say he learns lesson in college and in pros. We're out too long. You know, when you have a coach on the sidelines looking like, what do I do? Then we got Ralph. That's one. But yeah, better coaching staff, better personnel, more competition. Like I said, I'm keep saying I'm not like hyped up I was when AB got hired. I'm more confident now than like jumping out, on the couch like, yay. I'm more confident like we can do this.
Yeah.
Like this next year, might not make the playoffs. We have a good record, but then we got another year because we got Gino and Carroll for at least 3 years, at least 3 years,
Mm-hmm.
and we still get bring in players because they can see, okay, you know what, we need to get that player for next year. Let's look into it, you know,
Yeah.
because
Mhm.
as I said, when they got Geno Smith, I was happy as I can be. No more
Yeah.
no more bringing in backup or old or broken up quarterbacks to be our starters. That's Garoppolo, Hoyer, Minshew. No more of that.
Do we get GM of the year or do we get coach of the year? What do you think is more likely?
Depends how many games we win.
Mm-hmm.
That's what they go by. If the Rays can go 10-7, 11-6, make the playoffs,
Mm-hmm.
maybe win the first playoff game, maybe lose the second one, or win both.
Won the Super
If they
Bowl?
never go Super Bowl, they're gonna get GM of the year. Coach of the year, but GM of the year definitely.
Mm-hmm.
Coach of the year knows we are saying because Ben Johnson was the poster child for the coach. So they're gonna look at him, see what he does. If he wins some games or something, they'll give him 2 more back, hands down. So we'll
Yeah.
see how that works out. GM
Do
of the
they,
year,
yeah.
you know, GM of the year is they got Philadelphia, but the Raiders can pull off some wins and everything else. They'll get GM of the year.
That's the game too. I stopped at that game when I was going down the list. That
Okay,
Philly, Philly
pause.
for sure.
Piano Man, stop, because they will block you. I keep telling you that. I told you, you come in and talk sensible chat, they will block you. Okay, knock it off. Just you talk about what's going on, what we're talking about, and leave it at that. Leave the people in the chat alone. Okay. Well, I'm sorry. I just said that because you got him in here. He's on your channel. It's not on mine because on my channel they'll block him immediately. He's on your channel.
Yeah.
So I don't know who's moderating your channel, but they will block him on my channel.
I'm the
But
one man. I'm the one man moderator. No, no, but yeah. What was I ranting about?
I'm sorry, I cut you off, but I just want to let them know stop. Okay,
No, I forgot what it was. But yeah, whatever it was very important. And yes, I stand by it.
Do you know, as one or two coaches, what Gil Smith, despite the fact that he had the worst offensive line in the NFL, almost the fourth worst offensive line, no running game, he had two good receivers, they still won 10 games. I know AFC is not as tough as the AFC, but they still won 10 games regardless. On any given Sunday, any team can beat any team, but they still won 10 games, just missed the playoffs by one game, even with a bad offensive line. So bringing a good offensive line, running back, and a better defense, come on.
Shout to Chief
It's 4 wins. Out there, it's 4 wins.
Yeah, it's just no more band-aids at quarterback. You could argue Geno is the best QB since Gannon. I'm still pissed about that. You're going to see the highest win increase in the NFL. Raiders will win 10 games.
Thanks, Chief.
Appreciate it, Chief. Yep. He's got some Madden streams too. Definitely check those out too.
Are you a Chief fan?
Yeah, Chiefs fan, but actually a good person, man. Definitely.
Yeah, I don't mind those guys. You know, they're teams that, because like I said, I don't like Chiefs. I don't like none of it. I don't like none of the 31 teams that play in the NFL. I don't like one team. But if you want to come talk about your team and everything else, fine. You can bash Ridge a little bit. You say they suck, go ahead. But no disrespecting them, please.
Yeah, I love that we could talk smack and then we could actually do something about it. It feels like now we can actually back up what we've been hoping that we'll do. Like, oh, we're gonna beat, all those times we're like, oh, we're gonna sweep the Chiefs this year, or we're gonna sweep this and that, and then we play and then it doesn't go that way. So
yeah, I did go that way last year.
Yeah, because I think for both, for Max and for Patrick Mahomes, they want these games to be competitive. Nobody wants to get embarrassed, but the respect of, like when we have those close games with them, they, it's kind of like we earn that respect. Because, for a long time, boy, it used to be where the Chiefs did not respect the Raiders. Like that was just, they would be like, oh, that's a dub. That's an easy dub right there. You know what I mean?
Run around, pose in, all that bull crap. Yeah, they're going to do it this year.
Yeah, see, it's become now. It's like they know that there are a play or two from these games going different ways, but it's good to see. It's good for us that we're building, and like you said, this is year one. This is the first year, so we're gonna get the kinks out. I'm hoping for the best. Like when I say that 11-6 and 10-7, I'm saying that yes, I believe it can happen, but I believe this first year is a fill out period. That we're going to have to feel and see what works, what doesn't, what's here, because they kept a couple pieces that are here, but we're going to see how that all gels together. And by year 2, we should be hitting on all cylinders. You know what I mean? So
this is a now trial run, a test run, because we got the players in. Because like I said, Carroll's out there watching this team. We watch all the teams, and he saw Raiders tapes, everything else, to see what they're lacking, and say, yeah, need a better this and that. So we'll get that now, and then see next year what else we need. Okay, then we'll go from there. Year 2, year 1, 8-9, 9-8, or like that. Fine, no 4-winning teams, but 9-9. Okay, I can expect that. Brand new team, brand new coaching staff. Everything's gonna be different. Everything's gonna look totally different on the field. The following year, I expect a playoff. Year 2, I expect a playoff run. I expect nothing less than a playoff run year two.
NFL is a better place when the Raiders are winning. I'm telling you, it's a
And
better place.
yeah, Frank, you're right. I like when other people from other teams visit our channels, man, because we can talk. That's fine. That's what it's all about. Man. I don't kick other people in the chat that root for other team. Only will I do that if they're obnoxious and being an asshole and disrespectful to not only me but to my people in the chat that's here on their own good time. They could be doing something else, but they chose to watch our chat, our station. You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
so I don't want them disrespected.
Yeah. Like I said, I admire the passion. Like I admire you being passionate in your team. And it just so happens I like a different team. And I think I'm right. You probably think you're right. But I love it. I love the competition. You know what I'm saying? Like it's our team is better than yours. Who's the best team that day? And it's like I can never we need each other. You can't have fandom without fans. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't be a fan of a team without the opposition. That doesn't work. You can't. Well, never mind. I ain't gonna say that example.
But yeah,
But
you can't. Yeah,
yeah,
and it's always fun because the players out there competing on the field, coaches competing each other, and the fans competing each other. So that's just the way it is. It's all competition. Been like that since the dawn of day, from the
yeah,
Greeks. From the Greeks. That's what I mentioned last night. I think it was OG. No, they've been playing competitive stuff back in the Grecian days that we know probably did before that. So that's in our nature to compete against other teams, other people.
do Bronco fans exist? Because I think that's the only thing we don't have in the chat right now. We have Charger representatives, we have Chief representative, but we don't
Yeah,
have any of
I'm,
the.
I got one. My favorite Bronco player is not on right now. Yeah, I'm player. I mean, I'm a fan. His name's Randy N. He's a dedicated Bronco guy. He comes in our chat now. Me and Jeff chat now and then. Yeah, that's one that I know of.
I've met two
Yeah.
out here, like in California. I've met two. Surprised the hell out of me too, of who the two people were, but it's nuts. Yeah, but I've only met two so far.
Well, they have. And unlike our fans, we're all over the place. A Raider Nation is like really big. Most of their fans usually reside in their city or closer to the city,
Mhm.
so that's their fans. Raider Nation is like all over the place. They're worldwide, man. They
Yeah,
got, we got Avocasi Raider. He lives in Australia of all places, and then they got Raider fans now. Well, he's a Raider fan, so it's on six. But we're all over the place. All over the
oh,
place.
yeah,
A lot of these fans, some of these fans are fair weather fans, where if that team is winning, oh, that's my team. Why? Because they're winning.
yeah.
When we start losing, and the next year, next season, they're a fan of this team. I don't talk to those guys. Fair weather fans. Pick a team and keep it.
Yeah, that's what I respect. That's how people should know my loyalty by my football team. Like if I haven't switched sides by now, this is who I am.
But then you got guys who just watch football who's not a fan of any team. I can appreciate you. Well, what's your team? Well, I don't really have a team. I just like watching football. So we're not picking. No. Okay, cool. I'm good with that.
I try to recruit them when they say that. I'm like, well, hey, we're always taking. We can always be stronger. Always.
Yeah, bandwagon fans. Yeah, I hate those bandwagon fans.
Yeah. Yeah. No, no, no.
Well, man, I didn't block him in chat. My moderators did. So if you want to get back in chat, you got to ask them, be nice to them. They can let you back in. Because my moderators, I told them, they say if they see you, like what you said, they will block you. I told you can't pick on my people in the chat. You can't start fight with them. I hate that. Last night was something happened last night. You can go back and watch what happened. I was highly upset. I said, I don't like that. We here with football fans. We're here to talk about football, not to pick fights with each other. Whether who's right, who's wrong, doesn't matter. You can disagree all you want. That's part of life. But Don't pick a fight. Don't degrade anybody. Don't talk about their family. Don't do none of that crap. That's unnecessary.
Yeah. Now, don't get me wrong. Sometimes I'm mad when some people talk, just too much. I might say some things, but it's not right. I'm not saying it's right, but I get it. We get mad. We get, but I mean, at the end of the day, bro, we're on the same side.
Favorite family, favorite friends. Yeah, true.
Some people say AOC, some people see, Gino. Hey,
No,
but
well, that's not wrong with disagreements. And, we're gonna have disagreements on things a lot, but my things we take it to the next level. We start talking about family and friends and this and that, and that's uncalled for. We're not, if everybody agreed with everybody, this would be a boring place to live.
yeah, unless it was all Raider fans, that would be beautiful. But
Yeah, it would still be boring because we have nobody to talk about.
I know that competition is everything. Competition keeps us young.
Yeah, Frank, you was there. That wasn't cool and disrespectful to the host. Yeah, it was. I was not cool at all. It was not cool. But it happened. Hopefully it don't happen again. Like I tell you guys, if you got a problem with that guy, then won't you go to your own show and you hash it out?
Yeah.
Or you go to his house, knock on the door and do what you gotta do. But I don't want this I don't want none of my shows to be about fighting each other. If you guys can't get along, just don't come in.
Because
Just stay out.
we got Raider kids watching this too. Raider families.
Yeah, just, you guys don't get along, don't come in. Hash it out.
Call each other and say, "Hey, man, no."
Well, Jason, it's been a pleasure, man. I'm gonna go in there and take some mess. I'm gonna drink some a hot toddy right quick because this cold starting to get to me, starting to make my head clog up.
Taddy.
Yeah, you know what that is, right?
Yeah, buddy. So
Tea
do
honey. Tea honey with the old grandma remedy. It always works. People say grandma remedies always work.
That do it, fluid. That do it. Yeah, buddy.
Thanks for being that bridge. I'm not a bridge. I just like to have good conversation. That's why I'm doing this because I enjoy talking to the chat. I enjoy talking to people about the Reds because where I live, ain't nobody to talk about. My wife's a 49er fan, and kids don't like football. Well, they don't watch it. There ain't no bars or clubs close by where I live at that go watch a game or anything like that. There's nothing. My neighbor's a 49er fan. So I have no fans. That's why going Bakersfield was a big thing for me because I enjoyed that. But doing this, I enjoyed this too. Talking to Raider fans and people fans of other teams also as well.
Yeah. If anybody has never been to a family reunion, make this your first because that's what it felt like, man. It literally felt like a family reunion. People that you never seen before, but they were happy to see you, great to see, you know what I'm saying? Welcome and showing love, giving food, all that good stuff.
Oh, Shad, what comment was that? Post it again because I don't have control of the chat. This is a Jason channel.
Well, which one?
I don't know. Roshat said something about Dixon Sire. I had to scroll all the way down. I don't know when he came.
Let me see. Oh, down. Let me see.
Scroll.
Mike G. Salute, my God.
Actually, I'll have control of the chat. Question is, how did you see my?
Wait, what? Yeah. It might be in yours. I was gonna say because
it's in my chat, but I would say I'll have control of this. I'll chat on this thing.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I can't highlight it, but I'm gonna look for it right now. When did you come in? When did you come in?
Oh, wait. They say, Chris, my question is, how did he see my comment if you didn't put it on the screen?
Yeah, I can't do it.
Yeah, I don't know. But
oh, okay, I got it. Yeah, yo, happy Father's Day to all. Just popped in to say what up, fellas. Thumbs up. Have been hit, and Chris, the next mod monster needs to be Dixon Cider. Yeah, he will be. Yeah, I got you. Yeah, he will be. I stopped at you. You're the last moderator I had till the season starts, so I get some more subscribers in here. I'm only at 180. When I get to 200, I add some more moderators because I don't want to add everybody on my station be a moderator because it serves no purpose.
yeah,
But some guys have everybody as a moderator. But yeah, Rashad, yeah, He will be. Dixie will be my next moderator. I already got him and somebody else got my books. But I need to get that subscriptions up higher. So once you get a little higher, then I ask more moderators. But yeah, I got you, Rochelle. Okay, I see what you're saying.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because I'm too low right now. Because I keep at moderators, I won't have no other people. Everybody moderating each other.
Yeah. I think he said he was talking about Piano Man.
No, it's not Dixon Sire.
Oh, damn.
He's a co-pilot. Yeah, I can add him. I don't know. Yeah, maybe next week. Go to my list because
Oh, gee.
if he's not gonna be my channel, he's not gonna be a moderator. So there it is. There's a couple moderators. I said, you guys never on my channel, so why are you moderating? So have them dismissed and then ask more people in there. But I give my subscription. So tell your friends, or tell somebody else to subscribe to my channel. I get 200, I add some more. Guys that just starting out, so hopefully I can get there before the season starts.
Yeah, we pushing. It doesn't look like I'm pushing, but I'm really pushing, but trying to get it done. But I have to focus in and get this done. Just trying to get the watch hours. I'm working, like I said, in the logos and all that kind of stuff, the videos and all that. So we should have some good things coming.
Yeah. Yeah, I just got that sound mixer and the editor. I'm gonna start working on my stuff too.
Yes, sir.
I already got the beat.
Me and Chris don't miss.
Yeah. Anyway, let me go in and get this tea and coffee. I'm sorry to cut the show short again.
No, shit. She went 3.5. You know what I mean? That's pretty damn good.
Oh, and then I get a show, then people show up. Hey, what's up, Michael Guerrero?
Mike G.
They always it never fails when you're ready to show. People show up like
Yeah, appreciate Mike G, man. One of the ones from the beginning, man. Appreciate you, brother. You know what I'm saying? Like, we seen some dark times, but we get to watch them same dark times come to the light. So
yeah, man, there's some bad times, but hopefully they're starting to change.
Appreciate it. Go ahead.
No, I was reading that. Everyone, please enjoy Father's Day. We definitely appreciate the platform and entertainment. Thank you, Frank Weber, one of the originals. I appreciate that. Yeah. Go ahead.
Yep. No, yeah, definitely appreciate everybody showing up. Every Sunday we're gonna bring it to you, give it to you, and the closer we get to the season, it gets juicier. But we will have some hot stuff coming up. Like I said, we've been both working on a lot of stuff behind the scenes, so a lot of good stuff coming. Just be patient, and like I said, me and Chris don't miss, so we will keep bringing it to you.
Wow. Yeah, so I say happy Father's Day. You guys stay safe. Make sure you guys take care of your business. You're supposed to take care of. Be a father not only to your kids, to other kids who don't have fathers, who might need some guidance. Help them out too. Because believe it or not, the kids are our future, like the song says. But without your guidance, the kids have nothing.
That's real. Because I never knew my father. And that's a whole nother episode. You know what I'm saying? But like, I got the opportunity to be a father, a few times. So, on the way. And, I'm gonna just try to be the best I can and try to be the father that I needed when I was growing up. So I think I raised myself pretty good though,
Yeah, I don't have a father in going. I had a stepdad for a little while, but I have a real true father. But that's why I made this conscious and say I'm never going to abandon my kids, regardless of the relationship with the female is. If I can't stand her guts, that's fine. But I'm not going to have the kids suffer because of me and her. That's not fair to the kids.
Definitely. I appreciate that. I saw somebody put that comment. I appreciate it. Hey, because to be honest, I was adopted, right? So every good quality that you guys see and appreciate in me was given to me by my adopted mom. Like every good thing that I learned in my life came from her. You know what I'm saying? Rest in peace. But, she was the one that gave me all the good qualities because I was supposed to probably be a demon. you know what I'm saying, just of how I, like who my real father was, all this kind of stuff, just how I was raised. But she instilled a lot of good things in me, and like I didn't really realize a lot of this stuff until she passed away. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, I appreciate that. I appreciate those comments. And really, like, I think, you know, when people pass away, I feel like we take their good qualities, like the things we respect about them, the things that we admire. I feel like we absorb that, because that's how I kind of took it, you know, because you know, I wasn't always the best person, but when she left, I felt a lot of that good came out of me a lot more. So, you know, appreciate it.
Yeah.
Appreciate all that.
It's just the way it goes. When they leave you. You start thinking about the things they said that you didn't hear, didn't listen to earlier in life, but then you start hearing it because they'll say something while you're young and like, yeah, whatever. But then as you grow older, like, wow, they were right.
Yeah.
So not everybody makes a good father, but still, they're still your father. So you gotta get that respect to them. Always.
That's why the Raiders will always be my team, man, because it just goes with everything I've been through, everything I am, everything I represent. So, you know, Raider Nation, we love y'all. We appreciate you. Oh, we appreciate everything. All right, y'all.
Yeah.